What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. Cellulite yoga pants, what a lovely thing to have. Your son is, it's your son? Your oldest. I'm guessing his son. Your oldest is in from Germany. Oh my God, how European. But of course, I hope you have a wonderful time with them tonight. I hope everybody's doing well. I see my friends in the chat already. Hector, Vicky, Very Cherry, Sashina. Who else was here? I saw somebody else earlier. Oh, Courtney. Um, and something else. Blah, 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 blah. Can't see it now. I hope you guys, your son, he's in the army. Wow, that's very good. That's very good. My ex-husband, am I only allowed to decorate the wall behind me? Yeah, pretty much. In fact, there was a real estate agent through the house today. Um, my ex-husband lived in Germany for a number of years on the Canadian military base in Germany. There is also a base there for Canada. So he lived on base there for a number of years as a child because his dad was in the military as well. Um, so bye, Cellulite Yoga Pants. Yeah, we do have a military. I, in fact, live in home of the Pacific Fleet. Hi, Mayor. I hope you're doing well, healing up, staying out of pain. That's the most important part. Um, what do we have on the agenda for today? We have some court to watch. I'd love to hear what y'all had for dinner tonight. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. Oh, right. Hi, Becky. We have to talk about a few things. I went to the P.O. box today, and we got to talk about a few things. Yes, that was a crazy video, Hector. I remember that one. And it's funny, but it's also not funny. Donna, I love her, and she already told me something would be coming. I don't know if Donna didn't think that they would package the package that she sent me at all. But it came in a clear package. And which is, unusual to me at the post office. I'm just gonna have to show you. I just about died. Like she did it. Look at what she got. And it came in a clear package at the post office. You see me mommy and blow up doll. Whose face is that? Whose face is that? Look at the chest. Not packaged. Just folded up with the face looking up like this. That's what the package looked like. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, been expecting that one. Been expecting that one. But then, I thought, oh, there's another package here. And I was told another package was on the way. And I sort of thought it was like a little bit of a sexy package. Well, how wrong was I? This one at least was packaged. So I didn't open it until I got home. It felt like bulky, but like honestly, I thought it was bottles of lube. I was like, oh, sweet. Somebody sent me some lube. That's awesome. No, no, it's not. Um, again, I don't know why somebody chose to send me 8 canisters of coyote urine. Ah, predatorurine.com. Uh, I mean, one would have been fun, right? But eight is like hilarious. Eight just kills me. Um, I just like imagine if the lady smear it on the inflatable Burt Reynolds. But just imagine these people down at the post office, what they think of me. I like waltz down there in quite a good mood. I was in quite a good mood. The face on that package, and immediately I was like, why is that in a clear package? I'm looking in the post office. There's not another clear package in there. Did Donna pay extra to have it shipped without packaging? Is my question. Because I just find it so funny. Am I wearing a swimsuit under this dress? No, it's just a bra that goes like that to help my cleavage. Um, it's just a bra. Oh yeah, please clock in for your shifts. Put a nun outfit on to get my mail from now on. Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. I'd like to, oh, people in court. I think that you may, did you see this? You didn't. I received this in my PO box today. I haven't blown him up yet, but he's quite a beaut. And I guess the best part was that it wasn't packaged, it was in a clear package. So everybody in the PO box knew what I was getting. And I had to, where do you blow? In the back here. There's also no fun spot. I went right there immediately. I was like, well, what do we got? We got nothing. We got Barbie flat. And the face. It's just so creepy. Oh, joke's on whoever sent it thinking I wouldn't get a happy ending out of this. This is my kink. That's Daniel Nagel's face. Can you imagine? Okay. But then, people in court, I also got this. Yeah, I did get something else strange. Not one, not two, but 8 canisters of coyote urine. Why? Oh, I love it so much. I don't know. No, the quality of this has to be novelty. Like I'm being serious about um this can't be. Oh God. I thought there was a hole in his neck already. I was like, "No." I don't remember that. Uh-oh. Coyote urine? Was I talking about coyote urine? On Good Mythical Morning, they did an episode of that. I'm neither confirming nor denying how much I remember. Let's just say I was. I don't know. Do you have it on film? I'm sure you do, and then I can remember it later. Okay. So let's go. Donna, 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 Donna. Can we talk about this for a minute, Donna? Thank you for sending this. There was no package. I didn't know. There was no package. It came with this face up in a clear bag. The people at the post office were looking at me a little funny. I love it though. Very funny. You guys are great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I I'm sure I recall a little bit of the coyote here. Fernando, is that his name? Fernando. Hello, Fernando. I love you. Guys, let's go. We're gonna go to Bothell. I'm not opening them. Are you joking? Oh, I wish I had them earlier today though, because of the real estate agents that were coming through. I could have surreptitiously planted them in. Oh, I still could. Hmm, I mean, no, I would never do that. Let's watch some court. Let's go to Bothell, beautiful Bothell, Washington, folks. Okay, people in court. Oh, here we go.
Good morning, everyone. We're here for the Bothell Municipal Court 9:30 calendar for Tuesday, the 1st of August. I'm Judge Mara Rosano. This calendar is being conducted on Zoom. It is also being live streamed to YouTube in order to accommodate the open courtroom doctrine. Anyone watching on YouTube who wishes to participate in a particular case needs to go to the Bothell Municipal Court website, click on the link to video court, and then click on the link to enter the virtual courtroom. Once there, let the administrator know which case it is you wish to be heard on, and that information will be conveyed to me. The official record of these proceedings will be made and maintained by the Bothell Municipal Court. Anyone making a recording without having obtained prior approval of the court may be subject to legal action, including but not limited to contempt proceedings. With that, I believe we are ready to proceed this morning.
Oh, that was for me. Yep. Okay, cool. We're good. We go to.
Good morning, Council.
And good morning, Anna. For the record, so today with the city, we have Mr. Garcia Salas with a Spanish interpreter.
And good morning, Your Honor. This is Maria Lucas, certified court interpreter. My office on file with the OC, and I'm permanently sworn. Buenos días, señoría. María Lucas, intérprete acreditado de los tribunales con juramento permanente en expediente. Estamos llamando ahora al caso de García Salas.
And good morning,
right.
Amy Kim, the defense attorney for Mr. Garcia Salas, who's in custody.
Y buenos días, Evita, abogado defensor del señor García Salas, que está bajo arresto.
This is cause number 21000063. Mr. Garcia Salas, good morning.
Yes.
Estamos aquí en el número de causa 21000063. Señor García Salas, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Good
Ms.
morning.
Kim,
And
This-
Your Honor, this is, he was sentenced on June 2nd, 2022, and was put on a record check probation.
Señoría, fue condenado el día 2 de junio del 2022 y estuvo en probatoria haciendo comprobaciones de sus antecedentes penales.
Since then, there is a new conviction out of King County felony. It is
Y desde entonces él tiene un fallo de culpabilidad del Tribunal de Condado de King, una felonía o delito mayor.
He is being held on that matter as well as other felonies and charges since January of this year.
Y él está bajo arresto en la cárcel por ese cargo, más otros cargos de felonía cometidos a partir de enero de este año.
He just pled guilty on that matter, and sentencing is set over to December of this year.
Acaba de declararse culpable de esa causa y la imposición de condena se aplaza hasta diciembre de este año.
And again, has other felonies that he's held on as well.
Y como ya mencioné, él tiene otros cargos o casos de delito mayor o felonía por los cuales está en la cárcel.
He's also serving 180 days sentence out of a South District Court theft case.
También está cumpliendo 180 días de condena por un caso de la División Sur.
For all of these reasons, I believe it's joint recommendation to just close this case.
Por todos estos motivos, creo que es una recomendación acordada el cerrar este caso.
Mr. Lohr?
And that's correct, Your Honor. The city is not asking for any sanction at this time. He does have quite a bit on his plate, and this is the least of his worries with all the felony cases that are pending, in addition to the sentencing that he will be doing in December.
Es correcto, señoría. Pienso que este caso es el menos importante considerando la situación en la que se encuentra ahora el acusado. Entonces, pensamos que es una buena resolución. And I'm sorry, could you repeat the date from the felonies, please?
December sentencing.
Y tiene también entonces otros delitos mayores pendientes, más la imposición de condena que tiene programada para diciembre.
Ms. Kim, you gave me quite a bit of information, but I need to confirm that your client is admitting the allegations.
Señora Kim, usted ya me dio bastante información, pero tengo que confirmar que su cliente está confirmando esas alegaciones.
Yes, the felony conviction that's drug possession related charge 23-1-005558-31 is a conviction and therefore criminal law violation. So defense admits that violation.
All right. So I will find,
Your Honor, sorry if I may.
oh, go
Sí,
ahead. Yeah.
tiene este nuevo fallo de culpabilidad por un delito de felonía. And I'm sorry, Ms. Kim, would you mind repeating the felony case? I don't have that information in front of me like I do have the other one. 23-1?
1-005558-31.
Tiene el número de causa es el 23-100-55831.
All right. Mr. Garcia Salas, is there anything that you would like to say before I make my decision in this case?
Señor García Salas, ¿hay alguna cosa que usted quisiera decirme antes de que yo tome una decisión en este caso?
No, no ninguna.
No, none.
Okay. I will find that there has been a willful violation of the conditions of release. I will find that
Voy
the
a
defendant-
fallar que hubo, sorry, Your Honor, se quebrantó voluntariamente las condiciones de quedar en libertad.
I will find specifically that the defendant has not successfully completed his probationary period.
Que también falló específicamente que no cumplió con éxito durante su periodo de probatoria.
I will also specifically find that the defendant is going to be serving a substantial amount of time on other matters.
También fallo que el acusado va a cumplir condenas importantes bajo las otras causas.
And because of that, I see no benefit to the defendant or to the community to add additional time in this case.
Y por ello no veo ningún beneficio ni para la comunidad ni para el acusado el que cumpla más tiempo en la cárcel por este caso.
So I will follow the recommendation of the parties, find the violation, and close the case.
Voy a seguir entonces la recomendación de las partes. Fallo que hubo un quebrantamiento de las condiciones y cierro el caso.
And with that, Mr. Garcia Salas, I wish you good luck in your future.
Y con esto, señor García Salas, le deseo buena suerte en el futuro.
And that will conclude this matter.
Con esto se concluye la causa.
Not quite dismissed, Hector. That was disposed of, but not dismissed. That will be on his record as a guilty plea, and they just didn't add any extra punitive sentencing on it, but there was no dismissal. It was a disposition of the plea.
Archer? Ms. Fraser, over to line two.
Your Honor, before Ms. Kim leaves, I believe she was going to address Ms. Mueller, who was not transported.
All right.
Thank you. This Jordan Mueller, Your Honor, she was not transported. Defense would just like to set this over to Thursday.
All right. Mr. Laura?
No objection to send this to Thursday, Your Honor.
All right. So I will set the matter over. Hopefully we can get her here on Thursday. Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Kim?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You
Or
too.
perhaps see you later.
Your Honor, the next matter to address is Mr. Frazier, the pretrial matter. So there's two separate matters. The pretrial matter is 3A04575513 with a tracking review matter 37194. Looks like Mr. Frazier dismissed court on the pretrial on the 20th. He had called to set up a motion to quash, which was scheduled, I believe, for later this week on Thursday. However, he was booked into custody before that date. I would note it does look like counsel has not been appointed yet on the pretrial matter, but I did speak with him as a friend of the court, and he is requesting the court release him to an out of custody date so that he can appear and hopefully get back to working.
What is the city's position?
No objection to releasing Mr. Frazier. He doesn't have a lot of recent FTAs at this time.
All right. Mr. Fraser?
Yes,
I think that this has been a significant reminder. It's important to make it to your court dates, right?
yes, ma'am. I
Uh,
got busy with work and lost track of time and everything, and it happens. I wasn't trying to, and I tried to call right away to try to fix it, and they just picked me up before I had a chance to take care of it.
all right. I appreciate that. Next time you'll
Trying
be
to do it right.
you'll be watching that clock, won't you?
Mhm.
All right.
Yes,
All right. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna release you
thank
today.
you.
Have you come back for an out of custody
Mhm.
pretrial on August 24th. That'll be in person at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Thank
Your
you.
trial will be in the October trial term. Okay.
Thank you.
Previously set conditions remain in effect. Okay. All right.
And, Your Honor, he does not have an attorney. Is he going to hire his own, or will he be screening?
That's the impression I got, is that he wants to get back to work so that he can hire his own. Mr. Fraser, you know that if you wish to be considered for court appointed counsel, you just need to complete that affidavit and get it into me. Okay. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. We'll see you on the 24th of August.
Okay.
Here.
Yes,
And the review matter will track with that, with the pretrial.
I will be here. Thank you.
All right.
Check yourself, please. Mr. Davis, come on up. Madam Chief, please.
Next matter to address, Your Honor, is Michael Davis, cause number 35888. This is a post disposition matter, so it is on for review. We have a couple of issues to address here. It looks like there is an updated probation report. I would note just first, Mr. Davis actually was set for a probation review tomorrow on the afternoon out of custody calendar. He is being held on another matter, which is why he was transported today. Madam Clerk just noticed that he was in custody, so he actually has not missed that court appearance yet. But we do have an updated probation report. I believe he's been in custody. Is it since the 10th, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, I've been in since the 10th.
Since July 10th. That new matter out of Everett, the burglary too, it looks like he has court, I think, tomorrow.
Yep.
Double check, which is, looks like the initial arraignment, so it's unclear as of right now whether or not he'll be continued to be held on that. But he did indicate since he's been in custody, he has been trying to work with Evergreen. He did kite them. You had your assessment, you said already?
Yeah, I've already had my assessment a couple days ago.
And they indicated they are recommending him for inpatient treatment. So he is hopefully going to be, I think his preference would actually be to go from custody status to treatment. Just that way ensures that he gets there. But he is still waiting on that bed date to be secured.
All right. Well, what's the city's position, Mr. Lahr?
Yeah, the city does not object to letting him go through his bed data. He's been in a while. The city just wants to maybe take this step one step at a time and just sanction him the 10 days, give him the credit so we don't have to revisit the new criminal law violations again. We did submit the police reports for 2 of the 3 new criminal law violations this morning. And if he admits to it, then give sanction 10 days and then we don't have to deal with that anymore.
Ms. Pimentel, what does your client think of that?
Your Honor, I did receive those reports. I did go over those. I discussed that with Mr. Davis. I think that's pretty reasonable. Again, obviously acknowledging that there are other probation allegations, but in regards to that, I think that would at least allow him to, moving forward, focus specifically on the treatment aspect.
Mr. Davis, what do you think?
Yes, I agree with what she said.
Mr. Davis, I'm concerned, and I'm gonna.
It's a green screen. Look at his right shoulder, the chair behind it. You can see it flickering a little bit.
I think I've already lectured you before about the importance of not giving up and going back and taking your treatment seriously. And I see you walked away from Catholic Community Services. Don't walk away again. Give it a try. Give it a chance to work. All right. We've talked. I think I've talked to you about.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I remember that conversation. So, I do say it a few times, so I wasn't 100% sure. All right. I won't say it again. I will follow this recommendation. I will find willful violations with regard to the new law violations based on your stipulation. I'll accept that stipulation. I will impose 10 days in jail and give you credit for the 10 days you have served. And you'll be back on probation. You need to make sure that you communicate with Mr. Silcox. You let him know if you're an inpatient. You make sure you sign all of those release of informations that you need to, so that he's able to track what's going on. And you stay in really good contact with Ms. Pimentel as well, because if anything goes wrong, she's your voice in court, right?
Got you.
All right. So with that, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Pimentel.
I'm hopeful this will take hold and you're going to do great things.
I hope.
Purposely, let's go to check yourself. Coming up, sir.
Next matter to address, Your Honor, is Mr. Jones, cause number 3A03119118. This is on for arraignment. This is an underlying allegation of theft in the 3rd degree. However, this is from an incident date of June 18 of 2023. I did have the opportunity to speak with him. We went over the maximum penalty for the charge, as well as the constitutional rights he has at this stage of the proceeding. He's indicating no additional questions at this time, and so we are prepared to move forward with the arraignment.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Jones.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You're here for arraignment, so I need to confirm that James Casey Jones is your true name.
Yes.
And Ms. Pimentel just told me that she went over quite a bit of information with you this morning, including your constitutional rights. It's my job to make sure that you understood them. So did you?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Pimentel.
We will acknowledge receipt of the complaint, waive formal reading, and enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Not guilty plea will enter. The court has previously had an opportunity to review the police reports and did make a finding of probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
Yeah, Mr. Jones' choice is a tough decision on bail purposes. He has 7 FTAs in the last 3 years, but good for him that he hasn't committed any crimes or charged or convicted since the theft in 2020. So we're gonna take a chance on him and give him another chance and not request bail. I see that he has been other cases like it looks at the residential burglary and the criminal trespass 2nd degree in 2021, but those cases were dismissed and it doesn't look like anyone who was in charge on those. Unless James Jones, yeah. I don't see any charges for those in felony land. So as far as we count, it's 7 FTAs in the last 3 years, and he hasn't been convicted since the Linwood 2020 theft. And we are asking to not return to the Rite Aid.
All right, Ms. Pimentel,
There's no objection to that, Your Honor, including obviously no contact. We did go over all those conditions. He would like to be considered for court-appointed counsel. He's indicating he's not currently employed at anything.
Mr. Jones, Mr. Lore
Yes.
seems to think that you're gonna make it back to court.
I will.
Are you sure?
Positive. I don't want to be in this position again.
All right. This is a time when I'm gonna, usually it's me saying I'm gonna take a chance on somebody, and I tell Mr. Lore to put a note in his file. This time I'm gonna put a note in my file because I don't get to say neener to him very often. It's gonna be up to you to say it, to make sure I can't say it in this case.
Hold on. Did she just say neener? She did. I gotta go back. I think she said neener. Listen, you know I don't really give a flying fuck about YouTube Daddy usually, but somebody maybe, this might come across wrong. I'm gonna have to be careful with this one on the new channel. This is honestly one of the funniest and scariest things I've ever been in the presence of. Ever. And the head, why is it shaped like this? Why? Why? Also, he has a bit of a tushy, but he does not have anything. Never mind.
A note in his, usually it's me saying I'm going to take a chance on somebody, and I tell Mr. Lore to put a note in his file. This time I'm going to put a note in my file because I don't get to say neener to him very often. It's going to be up to you to say it, to make sure I can't say it in this case, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
As I would be much happier never saying it, right?
Much happier. I would be much happier.
Yes. All right. So with that, Mr. Jones, I will release you on your personal recognizance on the following conditions. All right. Make it to your court dates, which we just talked about.
Yes.
One of the ways you're going to make it to your court dates is you're going to keep your mailing address up to date with the court. If for some reason, well, one thing, we're going to give you your court dates, but if you don't get them from the jail, which sometimes happens, we're also going to mail them to you. If we don't have a good mailing address, you don't get them. It's hard to make it to dates you don't remember, right?
Yeah.
But it's your job to make sure that you make it to court. Otherwise, you will be talking to me like this again, right?
Yeah. You guys do have an up-to-date address.
So we're live streaming to YouTube. So I recommend people do not say their address on YouTube while we're doing that. But if you are concerned about it, you can call the court when you get out and make sure we have a good mailing address. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. Make an appointment with your attorney and make it to that appointment. They can't help you if you're not talking to them, right?
Correct.
And it's usually easier to remember your court dates if you don't have to go back 100 times, right?
Exactly.
And so if your attorney knows what's going on and you've had a conversation, your case might actually get done a lot faster, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So, and don't go to the Rite Aid.
No, never.
No new criminal law violations. Those are my conditions. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I'll see you back here on August 31st at 2:30 in person at the Bothell Municipal Court. And your trial date will be the October trial term. But again, we're going to see you on August 31st at 2:30. You're even going to be early because you want to be the first person taken so you can get in and out right away, right?
I didn't know that's how it works, but yeah, I will be if that's how it works.
If you want to sit in the courtroom and be bored out of your mind, be the first person there talking to your attorney. If you're ready to go, generally speaking, I can't guarantee it, but generally speaking, you're going to be in and out way before everybody else. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep.
Night, Hector.
Your attorney, Ms. Pimentel, indicated you wanted to be considered for court-appointed counsel. So based on her representation, I am going to make a preliminary finding that you do qualify for court-appointed counsel. In the paperwork you're going to get from the court will be an affidavit for you to complete that asks about your income, your assets, and your expenses. I need you to complete that for me because without it, I don't actually have a legal basis for granting you court-appointed counsel, and I might have to reverse my decision and charge you attorney's fees, which I'm pretty sure you don't want to have happen. So
No.
please get me that affidavit. All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. With that, I will see you on August 31st.
1 month exactly away.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Mr. Jones, very check yourself. Mr. O'Leary, coming up? Come on up, sir. Let him see.
And the next matter to address off of the 9/29 calendar is Mr. O'Leary. That is cause number 3A0.
Seriously though, Dana M, did you really get the vibe that I would be wholesome? I don't know if that's the vibe I give off even when I'm traveling to other chats on the interwebs. But I'm glad that you're here. We have a lot of fun here. I do cook. There is cooking that happens. Although with coyote urine in the kitchen, I'm less inclined to make the pierogies that I was going to be making. So, yeah, and I'm pretty famous for long lives. I don't know when to stop. I'm one of those green stoplight kind of gals. So, if you like hanging out for a long time, that's right. And if you think the glasses are making me think respectfully, remember there's no lenses in them. They're literally a prop.
0518-682 on for arraignment. Count 1, allegation of theft in the 3rd degree. Count 2 is an allegation of criminal trespass in the 1st degree, both from the same incident date of July 25th. Again, I had the opportunity to speak with him. We went over the maximum penalties. We also discussed the constitutional rights he has at the stage of the proceeding, indicating no additional questions. And so we are prepared to move forward with the arraignments.
Good morning, Mr. O'Leary.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You're here for arraignment, so I need to confirm that
Hold on, William, what else is fake? My eyeliner. Or the blow-up doll. But if you think I paid for these tits, you're wrong. Not even fucking close. Why would I would be like, yeah, could you give me like one, maybe 1.5 cup sizes bigger than the other one? Also uneven. Just like, that's really what I really prefer. If you could just do that for me, great. No. I know, I'm just kidding. But I just wanted to be clear. I don't mind fake boobs. In fact, I used to want fake boobs, but these ain't them. That's just the truth.
Gabriel Luke O'Leary is your true name.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Pimentel just told me she went over quite a bit of information with you this morning, including your constitutional rights. Did you understand all of it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Pimentel.
We'll acknowledge receipt of the complaints, waive formal reading, and enter pleas of not guilty as to both counts.
Not guilty pleas will enter. The court has previously had an opportunity to review the police reports and did make a finding of probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
Yeah, for Mr. Leary, the city is requesting bail to be set at $2,000. He does have 12 FTAs in the last 2 years. A lot of them are 2022. And he has 2 outstanding bench warrants from, I believe, 2023. So the city is not confident that he will return to court if he is released. The city is also asking that he not return to the Home Depot.
Ms. Pimentel.
And if you look at the docket for the Snohomish County Superior Court case, it looks like he may have missed that while in custody. He was booked in on the 25th. And that looks like he also contacted Marysville shortly after he missed court there. So he is aware of those and is trying to get those taken care of. He is requesting the court release him today on his own recognizance. It sounds like he is working part-time. And so he is hopeful that you'll allow him that opportunity. He does have an updated contact phone number. I did provide that to the court just for the file in case we need that. Additionally, it sounds like he would still qualify for court-appointed counsel. Given that he's only working part-time, this would be a conflict for my office, so he will need conflict counsel.
you know, my family already thinks I'm really weird. I'm just realizing like this Fernando's not gonna help.
Give me just a second, Mr. O'Leary. I am actually looking at some things here.
No problem. Appreciate you taking your time.
All right. One of the things I look at, Mr. O'Leary, is I try to see if you just failed to appear at arraignment or if your failures to appear are after you knew when the court dates were. Is that something that I'll give you the benefit of the doubt if you didn't know? But unfortunately, that's not what I'm seeing here, right?
I made court previously, it was about a year prior to that. I had 2 other cases that were consolidated a while back, but the Marysville case, I thought that was the 15th. And I called on the 14th when I realized it was a Saturday. I was like, oh boy. So she said, we'll consider that a warning. You know, and I said, okay. So she said, gave me explicit instructions online, and I did. We submitted it. It kicked back and asked us for additional information. And so I called her again, spoke with her. And so I thought I was going to be able to pay $50 and quash and get in a court date. I didn't understand with her how it was going to go down. So it seemed that there should be a wrap, but it's not. So the other one, yes, I was in custody. Correct.
Yeah, I do see that you did call shortly after. All right, Mr. O'Leary. Mr. Laura is right. I probably should not give you this opportunity, but I'm going to. I'm going to release you today.
Thank
You
you.
better make your next court date because Mr. Laura
You're gonna
knows.
see it. Yeah.
I
already know.
you will remind me, right?
Yeah.
That
Yes.
I let you go. All right. So I'm releasing on your personal recognizance on the following conditions. Did you hear me go through them with
Jones, yes.
Mr. Jones? Yep. Okay. So I'll be faster on this one. Notify the court in person or in writing of any change of address. Have no new criminal law violations for which there's probable cause. Make an appointment with your attorney. Make it to that appointment because they can't help you if you're not talking to them. And make it to your court dates, which I'm going to give you in just a moment. Have no contact with the Home Depot. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to set this matter for August 31st at 2:30 for pretrial, and your trial date will be in the October trial term. But again, you're going to be back at the court on August 31st at 2:30, and you're going to be racing Mr. Jones to see which one of you can be earliest, right? All right.
I did hear that part. Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
it. Have a good day.
Oh, no, we're not done.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, one more thing.
Oh.
Ms. Patel indicated that she believed you would qualify for court-appointed counsel. So based on that representation, I will make a preliminary finding that you do qualify for court-appointed counsel. Same thing, I need you to complete the affidavit for me because without it, I don't have a legal basis for granting you court-appointed counsel. And I might have to reverse my decision and charge you attorney's fees. Pretty sure you don't want to have happen, so please get me that affidavit, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and with that, since Ms. Pimentel indicated it was a conflict for her office, we're going to appoint attorney Jamie Kim, and we'll give you her contact information, okay?
Kim, thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you.
You too. Thank you.
All right, sir. Mr. Brad Davis, what up? Mr. O'Leary, go ahead, return to yourself, please.
Jane, you're making me laugh so
Your Honor,
much.
the next matter to address is Mr. Davis. We do
The
have
Home
two
Depot's
cause
either
numbers,
litigious
the
as
pretrial-
fuck or they're the victim of ongoing looting. Oh God.
3A04260045. And there's a tracking review 3A04872779. As to the pretrial matter, Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Lohr about this morning, and I'm requesting that the court release him to the community court date of next Wednesday, the 9th. He, at his arraignment, had represented to the court that he was in sort of dire need of resources that included a variety of things, specifically treatment and housing. You had originally requested he be transported on Friday to meet with Mr. Silcox. However, unfortunately, that did not happen. Sounds like the city is willing to give him this one opportunity to show that he can appear and that he is interested in receiving those services. We would need likely to set 2 dates, one for the actual community court date of the 9th, and then a pretrial date subsequent to that. But Mr. Davis has indicated to me that he will be at that date and that he is interested in taking advantage of that opportunity.
All right. Madam Clerk, is Mr. Silcox available tomorrow for a meeting in person with Mr. Davis to do an intake?
I show that he is here. It looks like he is open with no appointments between 1 and 3.
Okay. That's probably because I think do we have community court tomorrow?
Oh, no, we have reviews tomorrow.
Oh, we have reviews. Okay, very good. All right. So that's what I'm gonna do, Mr. Davis. I think it's a plan to try to get you in and get you some resources, but you and I have talked previously about it not being necessarily a great idea for you to just be out on your own waiting for a court date, right?
Right.
So how about I do this? I release you today with an appointment tomorrow with Mr. Silcox at the court.
Perfect.
Will that work?
Yes, that'll work. And like I had it on Friday, and I even tried to call him from the jail to talk to him, but couldn't get through. I was so dedicated to try to talk to him. So I'm just so grateful you guys worked this out for me. I know it takes my body to get there, but I'm grateful that you guys got the resources on hand, and all I got to do is just put my body there. So I'm 100% I can do that. So I'm dedicated to staying sober.
Mr. Davis, I want you to, and I'm going to talk with Mr. Silcox. If we need to, I'll have you come in and talk to him every day just to be that kind of touch point for you to help you keep your sobriety so you make it to community court. I really want you to succeed at this.
Me too.
But we need to, okay?
And I know he's there to help. I know he's there to help too. And if I need somebody to talk to or feel tempted, I know I'd be like, hey, I feel tempted to drink today or whatever. I know they would help me.
Definitely. And we'll try to get you even more resources that way, okay?
Okay.
I'm working on it. Working on getting peer navigators. That would be perfect for you, but we don't have them yet. We're working on it, okay?
Yeah.
All right. With that, Mr. Davis, I am going to release you on your personal recognizance. We went over your conditions previously, but I'm going to remind you of them. Notify the court in person or in writing of any change of address. Have no new criminal law violations for which there's probable cause. Make an appointment with your attorney. Make it to that appointment. Make it to your court dates. Set you up for community court on August 9th at 1:30 in the afternoon in person at the court. I'm also going to schedule you for a pretrial date just because we haven't done the intake yet. I'm going to set you to August 31st at 2:30 for your pretrial. If you make it to August 9th and we do an intake, then that won't be an important date. Actually, if you make it to August 9th, it probably won't be an important date. But if you don't make it, it'll be an extremely important date, okay?
And also,
So-
if I do go to inpatient of any kind, I will make sure to contact you guys, let you know I'm there.
Absolutely, absolutely. The beauty of community court is you're going to have a much more open relationship with a lot of people in the court. The
Okay.
other beauty of it is you don't have to talk to me most of the time. I'll come in and say hi, don't worry.
I want to do good. I want you guys to see me do good. So
That's awesome. I appreciate it. I'm rooting for you here. All right. So meet with Mr. Silcox tomorrow at 1 o'clock, between
Okay.
1 and 3, but just go ahead and be there at 1 o'clock. And then we'll go from there. We'll set you up for the community court on August 9th. And again, like I said, I'm going to set that pretrial on August 31st. I'm going to add a condition. I'm going to add a condition of abstinence. Okay.
Okay.
You will not own, possess, or have under your control any controlled substances without a validly issued prescription in your name, and you will not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'm hoping that that will help a little bit too. All right. All right. So tomorrow, meeting with Mr. Silcox. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you on, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing you on August 9th. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care.
Yep. You too.
Mr. Davis, return yourself. Mr. Tanner, come on up, please. I'm seated on the chair, please. Yes, sir.
And there's a lot of matter to address that was physically transported as Mr. Tanner. There are two matters to address that are set for arraignment. Cause number 3A00819884 is a new booking and allegation of theft in the third degree from an incident date of yesterday, the 31st. The city also filed 3A05165541, which is an allegation of driving while license suspended third degree from an incident date of June 25th of 2023, which predates the initial pretrial matter that we also have, which is cause number 3A05155901. That was originally set for pretrial this coming Monday, I believe, the 7th. As to the new arraignment matters, we did go over the maximum penalties for the charges. We also discussed the constitutional rights he has at this stage of the proceeding. He's indicating no additional questions at this time, and so we are prepared to move forward with those arraignments.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Tanner.
Good morning.
I'm sorry, my computer decided to take a significant slowdown right now, but we'll start off with you're here for arraignment on a couple of matters. So I need to confirm that Michael Stephen Tanner is your true name.
Yes, it is. Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Pimentel told me that she went over quite a bit of information with you this morning, including your constitutional rights. Did you understand all of them?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Pimentel.
We'll acknowledge receipts of the complaints, waive formal reading, and enter pleas of not guilty as to both charges.
All right, not guilty pleas will enter, and I apologize. I think I was having this problem previously where the reports wouldn't download, and so I'm going to try it a different way. All right, I think
I don't think that I would be able to.
in either a download or a and I'd forgotten about that and meant to confirm that with Madam Clerk, but Ms. Pimentel, have you had an opportunity to review the police reports?
Yes, Your Honor, we would stipulate the probable cause for purposes of the arraignment only.
All right, so for purposes of arraignment only, I will accept the defendant's stipulation to probable cause. What is the city's position?
Yeah, for Mr. Tanner's cases, the city is not requesting bail at this time. He has a very limited FTA history and old. 2017 was the last one. So in terms of the driver's suspended third degree condition, the city is asking for standard driving conditions. In addition, for the theft case, that ending in 984, the city is asking that he not return to the right aid.
Ms. Pimentel?
There's no objection to standard conditions. We went over all of those. I'd also ask the court to consider directly appointing. We are appointed on the pretrial matter already. He's indicating nothing has changed financially in that regard. I would also note he is still currently a participant in the Kenmore King County District Court Community Court. He's actually supposed to be there this afternoon, which he understands he might not make depending on what happens today, but he is trying to work with them in regards to continuing to try and get his mental health services figured out.
All right. Mr. Tanner, I am going to release you on your personal recognizance on the following conditions. Pretty straightforward. Notify the court in person or in writing of any change of address. Have no new criminal law violations for which there is probable cause. Make an appointment with your attorney. Make it to that appointment. Make it to your court dates, which I'm going to give you in just a moment. Under cause number ending in 6541, the driving while license suspended 3rd degree, you will not drive unless you are properly licensed and insured, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Under the cause number ending in 1984, the theft in the 3rd degree, you'll have no contact with, and I apologize, Mr. Lowe, I think you said the Rite Aid?
The Rite Aid, yes.
Yeah, so no contact with the Rite Aid.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Other than that, make it to your court dates as I've indicated, and we'll set this matter for pretrial on.
I think it may be easiest since he does have his pretrial set for Monday, if we just include these, obviously with the understanding that we may need a continuance to be able to get full discovery on all cases, but at least that way they would track together.
All right, so Mr. Tanner, we're just going to set everything over to Monday. We'll see you back on Zoom at the Monday afternoon pretrial calendar, and we'll figure out what's going to happen from there. Hopefully, I'm hoping you can make it to community court, but if not, I'm sure that your Ms. Pimentel will let your attorney over there or let the court know, or maybe Mr. Lohr, that
Okay.
you were just released by this court this morning. Okay.
Okay, so just one question then real quick with Zoom. It's just like with the community court, I just do it through my phone on Monday then, or?
Yeah, it's through your phone. We don't do community court by Zoom. We do it in person, but I guess over in King County, Kenmore, they do it by Zoom. Okay.
Same device, so I think that's what you're asking. So it's the same idea where you would sign into Zoom. You just have to use the link to the virtual courtroom, which they can give you with your paperwork.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your consideration.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Tanner, and I will see you on Zoom on Monday.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will
Thank
direct
you.
appoint. I'm going to direct appoint Ms. Pimentel's office on the new arraignment matters.
Okay.
Adopting my finding on the pretrial. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Take care.
And
Bye-bye.
Your Honor, his court time is at 1:30 on Monday.
1:30 on Monday. Thank you. All right. If that was a individual transported, we have a few people to talk about.
The first is Maximiliano Garcia, cause number 3A05700302. This is a new booking. Looks like it was a failure to stop and obey.
Maximiliano?
All right.
Well, Sashina, here, this is writing it for you. Look at, you can just take this
Right.
straight
I
out
did
of what
have an
Maximiliano got in trouble with.
opportunity. I'm sorry, I'm confused. Give me just a moment here.
That's because he's a king, Your Honor. Sashina's a writer. He can be anything she wants.
I thought that give me just a moment here. That was from today on the Maximiliano Garcia failure to stop and give information. The Garcia reports
Tell me that doesn't fit with a
for a
king.
driving while license suspended.
Driving, he's just walking by. The pleb police are like, sir, we need to see your ID. Maximiliano. Onward he presses, not even stopping, because he's a king.
First degree. So give me just a moment.
That's Mr. Powell.
That's okay. I'm getting my individuals mixed up then. Sorry. On Mr. Garcia. I skipped that one.
twin brother Xavier, but one's named Maximiliano.
All right, I did review this. I did make finding a probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
You know, the city's not object to releasing him. It doesn't look like he has any FTAs whatsoever on his record. He does not have anything out of state.
I will grant city's motion to release him on his personal recognizance and set this matter over for an out of custody arraignment.
Next, Letha Garcia, there's an arraignment on a driving while license suspended 3A04-00913, and then the pretrial matter 3A02655534, in which she had originally been referred to community court. She had not opted in, and we have not seen her in quite some time.
City's position. Court has previously made a finding of probable cause on the arraignment matter. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the city would like to maintain bail at what was set at $1,000 to see if she's interested in community court. We haven't been able to see her since she decided to join community court and did the intake. So she and also she does have 14 FTAs in the last 2 years. So we try to sort it out on Thursday. Hopefully, she can decide if she wants to be in community court or not.
All right. Ms. Pimentel, what's your position? Do you have any argument at this point?
Unfortunately, one of the things that she had.
So Sheena, you want me to do the audiobook for you? Record the audio version?
Previously represented is that she has a very difficult time making it to court, which is why we thought community court specifically, we were discussing trying to get her into the LEAD program so that she would have a case worker that could help her make her court dates. But unfortunately, we've not seen her back at court since then. Again, sort of going back to the original problem. So I've not had any contact with her.
All right, so I'm going to maintain bail and we'll set the matter over to Thursday to see what we can do, what will be the appropriate way to proceed with this case.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. There's a spot on Discord where I put like not safe for work, enough said, that anybody can post any of the stuff they were talking about earlier. And then also, Sashina, you can find somewhere on there to post the link to the Amazon book. How long is it? I can do a British accent if you want. Also, after this, I was thinking we'll do some bond court. If you are just figuring Discord out, figure it out in my Discord because nobody's gonna get mad at you. And I don't care where you post things. So that would be a good place to be. This was like a catch and release. Well, I was looking for a book I could read out loud. But I ran into some copyright issues. But I do want to there's no mods, Mayor. I'm doing that on purpose for a little while. Anyways, let's finish this up. We'll get back into it. I don't know if I'm allowed to read it. I'll read it. We could do like a weekly reading. Do it, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's keep going, guys. Sashina wrote it. It's her domain. She's the writer. We got an in with the writer.
Yes. Okay.
Next
And
matter.
Your Honor, she had an arraignment set for this Friday on the DWS 3. Do we want to set bail on that, or do we just want to track it with this crim trespass?
Let's just track it with the criminal trespass at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Next matter is William Goldman. There's two post-disposition matters, 35836 and 36894. I don't believe these are active probation cases, though.
That might be a bit long for us to
No,
do for our
they're
first case.
reviews. So just a moment. I'm not sure why my computer has taken this amazing slowdown, but Mr. Lohr, what is the city's position with regard to Mr. Goldman?
Yeah, in terms of Mr. Goldman, the city is requesting to maintain bail of $5,100 on the case. 35836. He has 5 FTAs on that case already. And on case 36894, the city is requesting to set bail of $5,000. He does have 2 FTAs on that case.
All right. The matters are on before the court because there's allegations of new criminal law violations. And so I will, given the failure to appear history in the cases, I will maintain bail and in the one matter at 5,000 and set bail in the other at, so that they both are at 5,000, and we'll see Mr. Goldman when we can get him here. I assumed that you had no information, Ms. Pimentel.
I have no information, Your Honor.
All right.
Next matter is the Powell matter. That is 3A02733292. This is a new arraignment matter. It's like he was not transported. Count 1, failing to transfer title within 45 days. Count 2, driving while license revoked, first degree.
And I did have an opportunity to review those police reports and do make findings of probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
Yeah, the city is requesting bail amount $2,000. Mr. Powell has 51 lifetime FTAs, with 14 of those in the last 3 years. So the city is not confident he will stop driving since he has another DWS1 pending, other than ours, and with all of those FTAs and recent FTAs.
All right. And I do see he has the one pending in Marysville, but it also looks like he has one pending with a felony DUI and attempting to elude out of Everett District Court, one pending, or one that has recently been handled in Everett Municipal Court. Okay. Based on the totality of the information and the lengthy failure to appear history, I will, and how much bail were you asking for? I'm sorry.
$2,000, Your Honor.
2,000. I will set bail in the matter $2,000 and set the matter over for arraignment. Hopefully we can get him on Thursday. Ms. Pimentel, I apologize. I assume you have no information since this is an arraignment matter and there's no reason you would have had a chance to speak with the defendant. All right. Next matter is, and I think the last matter on the calendar is Nicholas Filmoni, cause number 36807. It's on for pretrial. Mr. Lohr, what's the city's position?
Yeah, the city is requesting bail be maintained at $10,000. He has 10 FTAs in the last 3 years. I believe this case, the last bench warrant was set in 2021, and he's been missing for about 2 years.
Ms. Pimentel, any information for the court?
I was just trying to, it looks like we haven't seen him in about a little over 2 years. I've had no contact, or he's had no contact with my office since that time period.
All right, and so I will maintain bail and we'll see Mr. Filmoni when we are able to get him transported. All right, I believe that concludes the morning calendar. So
I think that does conclude the morning calendar, but lucky for us, we don't have to stop because I can get more court. What did you guys think of that? She was very catch and release today in a way. That judge is sometimes very strict and then sometimes very lenient. But I really did like the part where they were talking about helping the gentleman with his sobriety. It didn't sound lip service to me. It sounded like true. Like she wasn't saying it as like a threat, or she was really, I thought, trying to help him. And you know what? If the resources are there, or she's making them available in that way and it works, then I'm all for it. The gentleman seemed very willing to listen and participate. So I love that. So let's go off to Clayton County for some bond court. Judge Nagel, not the blow up version, the real version. Also, before we get on to Bond Court, books, I love books, first of all. I love reading books that I found like wanted and oh, okay, Judge, hold on, please. I'm not ready yet. And I am lucky enough to live in a city where we have a lot of mini libraries on almost like every block where I live. There's a little box where people bring books and leave books, and a community library, basically, like a little. It's just very common around here, and so you can go and take a book or bring books, and there's often books that you like, good books, right? And it's not a landfill. Like the one up on my street is in front of a house. Little libraries, yeah. In front of a house, and the little library is a exact replica of the house that's right behind it, down to the door, and like how it's all set like a heritage home. It's very, very cute. And during the summertime, like right now, we also have a community pantry right beside the little library. So those people brought out a cabinet and then put dry goods, foods, and stuff in there, for people to take if they need, or yeah, it's nice. Anyways, so I have to restrict myself though, because I don't bring home books all the time, but I do like to look all the time in the little libraries. And I've been on the lookout for a very, very long time for a specific book from an author named Kit Pearson, and I really couldn't find it anywhere. And the book is called Awake and Dreaming. And one day I was like walking up the street, and I like look in the little library, and I'm like do my sort of glance over, and I go to close the door, and there was a book, and it said like Look Again. That was the title of the book. And I was like, oh. And I just like looked again, and below it on the bottom shelf, there happened to be the book that I was looking for like years and years and years. And I hadn't seen it. But um, yeah, it was so weird. I remember I was like, what the fuck? I'm always high. I was as high as I ever am. But um, that was so great. I was so glad I found that book. Also, uh, for one time I couldn't remember what a book was, and I looked it up on the internet, and I couldn't figure it out, and I posted on some weird forum on like goodreads.com in like a help me identify this book, and it was like 3 years later that somebody finally responded and told me what book it was, and they were in fact right. And I was like, thank you. Like, thank you so much. Like, you've made my fucking day, made my year pretty much. Um, yeah, I think those little libraries are great. They are great for just getting out and about, getting your steps in, looking. Yeah, 3 years later. What's amazing is that I still have the login for that website. There are certain websites like that I've been a member of for so long that it's miraculous that I can still log in. I've had so many email addresses. So many inappropriate email addresses. Let's get. Oh, oh, wait. I do the book that I was looking for on Goodreads. Just before we go through that, I will just be. Hi Trish. Sorry. May as well just. Running with Scissors. I believe that I have read that as a part of a book club, perhaps. I've read a lot of books, but again, I have no visual imagery in my mind at all. And so the way that I remember books is not the same as everybody else. I've learned. It's also why I can read really fast and I comprehend. Like, if you ask me questions about books, I'm pretty good at remembering like what happened in the book, but I don't ever make a picture in my mind. I never have one time imagined what somebody looks like. When an author describes them in a book, I sort of just like, it's just, those are words. They don't create a picture, which is what I'm learning most people have when they read books. So, um, anyways, the book that I wanted to find that I couldn't identify was in fact a book about a, a girl, a detective girl. Oh, it was great. I'm gonna have to look it up again in my email because I like emailed myself an email about it for the name because it was such a like weird book to read, but I really liked it. No, sorry, William. I don't have no imagination. I have no visual imagery. I have a very robust imagination, which isn't confined to things that I see, but rather unlimited in the vastness of its glory. Words don't paint an image in my mind. Nothing is imaging in my mind. It's called aphantasia, and it's the way I am. Doesn't matter that. No, it's not Nancy Drew Beverly. It was like I'll find it. But yeah, it's called aphantasia. I've talked about it lots before. It definitely doesn't mean I don't have an imagination. And it actually means that, yeah, I just use a different part of my brain.
You ready at the jail?
Basically, I can see as well in my mind with my eyes open or closed. There'll never be any benefit to like closing my eyes and concentrating. I can sleep whenever I want. I don't dream in images. I have nothing in my brain. It's always black when I close my eyes. There's just sound all the time. And I'm not an NPC. I wish. Wouldn't life be simple? I dream in feelings and touch and smell.
Can you all unmute? I just want to make sure that I'll be able to hear you all.
When I think of my daughter, I don't see her.
Perfect.
When I think of anybody, I don't see them. I don't see anything. I have a sense.
I just want to make sure.
We got one that needs a translator.
I saw it. If it's for the Vietnamese translator, we'll just have to move that till tomorrow because I couldn't get anybody.
All right, that's fine. We'll let them know. We'll send back.
Okay.
All right.
Other than that,
okay.
Hey, when? It's when.
Come on.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. All right. Just wait for him to go. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July the 23rd, 2023. The time is 11 a.m. I am Judge Daniel Nagel. I'm going to be presiding over today's first appearance calendar and hearing. Now, if you've never been to a first appearance hearing, let me give you some information about what this is. This is not an evidentiary hearing. What that means is this is not the opportunity for you to call witnesses or for you to make arguments or present any evidence about why the charges are wrong or why you shouldn't have been arrested, or for you to talk about the facts and circumstances of your case. So when I'm speaking with you individually, do not tell me any facts or circumstances about your case. It is being live streamed and recorded on YouTube. So what that means is if you start talking about your case, law enforcement could come and get this and use anything that you say against you. So we're gonna go over a couple things because this is an informative hearing. What that means is I'm going to let you know what you are being charged with, whether there's going to be a bond on those charges, whether there are any special conditions of that bond, ask if you want to have a court-appointed attorney, and I will review your application, or if you would like to hire your own attorney. Lastly, I'll tell you your future court dates. If you bond out today or before your preliminary hearing, you will not need to go to your preliminary hearing, okay? Now, you'll need to go to an arraignment and other dates like that, but I don't know what those dates are going to be. I'm only giving you the date for your preliminary hearing. So if you bond out, the date that I give you, you won't need to go to it. If you are still in custody, you will go to it, okay? Now, special conditions of bond. There are really about 2 or 3 special conditions of bond. One of them is a stay away provision from a certain person. If you have a special condition of bond to stay away from a certain person, you need to act as if they do not exist, okay? It means stay away. No phone calls, no emails, no text messages, no in-person communication, no Skype, Twitter, Kik, Instagram, Facebook, whatever creative way that you think that you can talk to this person, don't do it. If you do, you're in violation of this bond and your bond could be revoked. And you also face possibility of more charges, violation of a court order. So if you're told to stay away from someone and have no contact with them, do not have any contact with them until your case is resolved or your bond is modified at a future date, okay? The second most common type of special condition is a stay away provision from a certain location. If you are told to stay away from a certain location, guess what? Don't go there. You can go anywhere else in the world you want to go except where you are told to stay away from. Again, if you violate it, your bond can be revoked and you could face
wait,
potentially
I don't know what you
more
posted. If it was not safe for work, it should have gone in the not safe for work. By not safe for work, I mean like sexy. I'm laughing so hard because the walk with me section was meant to be for steps, counting steps. It's fine. I'm just joking. I don't give a shit. Post wherever we post. Boo. And CRD, are you talking about Fight Club? Well, I put Kink Link and Not Safe for Work as like places that I thought if anything was sort of questionable would be a good spot. But again, what I want is for y'all to feel at home in the Discord, which means I don't give a shit where you leave your shoes or your posts, to be honest.
charges, okay? If you're told to stay away from a residence and you need to get belongings there, I can put in the order that you can go back and get your stuff. However, you cannot do it on your own. You have to make arrangements with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office to go and get your items because we don't want any more problems for you. We don't want any problems for the people at that residence, and we don't want any problems from the people in the community at large because there's a reason why you were told to stay away from there. And so we want to make sure that any animosity or bad blood or whatever, or tempers just calm down. So we can talk about that on an individual level. Questions that I get asked that I cannot help you with. People think judges have all the power and we can do this and we can do that. But in reality, in this particular hearing, it's just I'm relaying information to you, okay? When I give you your bond total, I can't tell you what bond company to use or how much they charge and things like that. What I can tell you is, after practicing for over a decade in Clayton County in the state of Georgia, is bonding companies are somewhere between 10 and 20%. So if your bond is $1,000, a bonding company will be somewhere around $100 to $200. Okay. That's not the law. That's not written in stone. That's just the questions that I get a lot of time from people when we're speaking. Okay. Also, please do not ask for a OR or a recognizance bond. I have been through everyone's charges. I've looked at everyone's criminal histories. I've taken the facts and circumstances into consideration. Okay. So your bond, I've already come up with what I believe is a fair and reasonable bond for you, taking into account those factors, as well as what I have done previously and what we as judges do consistently in this county. Okay. I'm going to ask you if you want to have a court-appointed attorney or if you want to hire your own attorney. If you want to change your mind on that situation.
Thank you for reminding me, Your Honor. That brings us to how we play Big D Bond Court. Everybody is going to ask, so first of all, I see a question in the chat. What's an OR recognizance bond? An OR, or own recognizance bond, is just that. It means that you're being released on a promise to reappear, and that you don't have to put down any money. You're just being released on your own word. If it's a personal bond, that's sometimes the same thing, but there might be a monetary penalty attached to it afterwards. And if most of these people are just going to be given bonds, and we vote on if they're going to, number one, take the court-appointed attorney. If we think that they are going to hire their own attorney, it's a 2-2. If they don't understand the assignment, it's 3-3-3. If dismissal Dan is going to dismiss the charge, it's 4-4-4-4-4. And then 51-50 for if we think they may have some mental health issues. And then 6-6-6-6-6-6 for a subsidiate, which has happened, and that's why we have it on there. I wouldn't have put it on there if we didn't need it. The Big D, I will dance around and do the Big D dance. Dismissal Dan dismisses cases more than you'd think if you're new here or this is your first time seeing Dismissal Dan. Oh. Some people don't like him. I love it. He applies law so efficiently. Oh, I love it.
Later on down the road, that's fine. But it's probably the best idea that you have an attorney moving forward today, because that's someone that you can talk to, strategize with. You can have them file motions if that's appropriate. But you should not leave today without at least a court-appointed attorney, and then you can hire one later. Or if you've already hired one, that's fine. Just make sure that they file their paperwork. All right. Now, because we're doing this over Zoom, sometimes there is a delay in when I'm speaking and when you speak. So wait for me to finish before you start talking. Make sure you talk loudly and clearly so I can hear you, and just give it a second so we're not talking over each other, and so I can make sure that I'm getting the information that you're telling me and you can get the information that I'm telling you. Okay, so we're going to speak individually. We will get through everyone as quickly as possible. Okay. Once we are done here, give it a little bit of time because the paperwork has to be scanned in, saved in, sent over to the sheriff's department before the bonds are, I guess, made accessible to bonding companies and family members and things like that. Okay. So we will process everyone. As you can see, I think we have around 24, 25 people that we need to get through, but we will get through everyone as quickly as possible. Now, before we begin individually, I need everyone to please raise their right hands. And I'm going to ask that you swear or affirm that anything that you say is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you can say, I do.
I do.
All right, so we're gonna start with the female side because we don't have as many, and we'll get them rolling and processed, and then we'll start with the male side.
So remember, we're gonna vote. What do we think she's gonna do? One, take that court-appointed attorney, hire her own. What do we got, baby?
No, fine. I'm sorry.
Okay, what's your name?
Renika Bird.
Renika
Give me
Bird.
Just a moment.
Mostly.
Larry is still out.
Oh, I have a Asantia Mosley. Is that you?
No.
The Burley. What's your bird name? Bird. Renika Bird. Renika Bird.
Oh, Renika Bird. I got it. Okay. I'm sorry, Miss Bird. Give me just a moment.
66666 for
Let me,
Soft Cities.
Child, have your.
As soon as y'all finish, as soon as you finish, that's working up, all right?
I know I have your paperwork because I checked off that I did.
I did see it, Sushina. I gotta check on showing some of it, but I did see it. Thank you. Also, look at what happens when Larry's gone. So 333 is they don't understand the assignment.
All right. Miss Bird. All right, you filled out your paperwork. That's good. Appreciate that. All right, and you are charged with one count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is going to be $5,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Katoria Minifield. Now, I don't know who that is to you. I don't know if that's a family member or a stranger or whatever, and you don't have to tell me. That's fine. You also have special conditions to not violate the law while out on bond. Now, the 4013 Courtney Drive, is that where you?
5013, yes, sir.
5013, okay. Does that person stay there as well or no?
Yes, sir.
Is that somebody that you're just
No, we're neighbors. I don't even know her, but she live in the same complex. Yes.
Oh, you're in the same complex, but not the same actual thing.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, because you don't live together, I'm not going to make you stay out of your own residence. But if you're in the same complex, just don't talk to her, ignore her. She doesn't exist. Now, she doesn't have that restriction on her. It's only on you. Okay. So just keep that in mind. You're grown up. You'll handle yourself accordingly. You don't want no more trouble, and we don't want no more trouble for you. Okay. The next court date for you is going to be on August the 15th. But if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. Okay.
Okay.
You'll get notice in the mail later on down the line. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you have the right to represent yourself, or I can review your application for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I represent myself.
You sure?
I'm positive. I have video and everything. I'm
Okay.
100.
Oh, fucking shit. Oh, nobody voted for that. Did anybody vote for a 66666 Sobbis idiot to lead us off? I was just taken aback. I'm reading the chat. I'm like, yes, Sheena, I loved it. The video's great. I'm thinking that. No, she's not hiring her own damn attorney. She's going to be her own attorney. She's got video. She thinks she's got the receipts. This is crazy. Lucy, lovely to see you as always, friend. So in my mind, because the difference between 333 and 66666 is the attitude, right? Somebody who doesn't understand the assignment and says, I'll be my own lawyer, they don't quite get it. That's a 3333, okay? That's not but the way she said that This is a 6. She's at the 6 levels. I have it, I used to have it written down CRD, and then YouTube Daddy came along, and now I'm just working on it, regardless. Let's I just gotta go back and listen to her again quickly.
Later on down the line, okay?
Okay.
Now, you have the right to represent yourself, or you can, I can review your application for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I represent myself.
You sure?
I'm positive. I have video and everything. So I'm
Okay.
100% positive.
Well, I can appreciate that you have video and stuff, but here's the thing. There are rules of evidence, and just because you have evidence doesn't mean that you know how to present that evidence or get that evidence in. So, I mean, look, you have the right to do it, but I want you to be very, very, very aware that there's nothing wrong with having somebody just kind of sit back. If you have a court-appointed attorney, or hire your own, that's, you know, they know the rules of evidence, and unless you went to law school, you don't. So I just want to be triple sure. You sure you don't want to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
I'll apply.
I'm sorry?
I will.
Okay, all right, good. Because you do qualify, so I'm going to grant that. Now you can work with them, give them your evidence and stuff like that, and let them do their law thing, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, do you have any questions as it relates to just what we talked about, not about your evidence and things like that?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Bird, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, what's your name?
Now, Childs.
Okay. Just a moment.
And oh, it's 39.
Why is my?
You can pray for the Lord, please.
Okay.
You can pray, we can back.
I got out of order.
See how you doing? Hey, Judge.
Yes.
How would you like for us to, because we got them in alphabetical order, but we can just, whatever name that you have, we can do it that way.
Okay, yeah, I got my paperwork out of order. That's my bad. I'm sorry, y'all.
No problem, sir.
But no, y'all keep them coming. I'll get myself straight. I will put back in front. Diadale or Diadale should be next.
Yes.
All right, after Miss Childs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Miss Childs, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. Okay. That is a misdemeanor. Let me see. All right. I am going to set a bond of $2,000. Okay. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Mr. Henry Wilson. Okay. And you have a special condition to not return back to the 11906. I guess that's Fairway Overlook in Fayetteville. If you do have any belongings that you need to get there, that's fine. But you have to make arrangements with the sheriff's department to go and get it. Okay. You just can't show up and say, hey, the judge said I can come get my stuff. Like I said earlier, you want to make sure you do it the legal way so you don't have any more problems and nobody else has any more problems. Okay. The next court date for you is August the 15th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed attorney.
Okay, let me just take a look here. All right, I will grant that request. Now, do you have any questions about anything we just talked about?
Yes, that residence is mine. He doesn't live there. That's my house and I'm the only one on the lease.
I understand. And I have looked into this and done research and stuff. You know, it's a tough spot to be in. I will say that. And I don't necessarily agree with a lot of things the law does or says or things like that, but I'm not in control of it. I have to follow strict guidelines on what I can do and what I can't do. Right. And so even though I want to believe you, and I do believe you, my hands are still tied. I have done this a lot of times where it's people's own residences. Now, what I will tell you is, you have to stay away from him. Unfortunately, that we have seen that hasn't been strong enough for people. So, if I were you, I would get with the people at Lister and Holt. They're the ones that handle the misdemeanors for Clayton County, and get one of their lawyers to file an emergency bond motion or anything that they can think of to get that modified to where that restriction isn't on you. Okay.
My kids are there. Like, I can't not be with my kids. That's not his place. It's mine. I don't understand.
It is, but I changed it.
I don't have any way to verify
I
that.
flipped it around.
How do I know that? I can't tell if you're lying to me or not. Because if he's got property there, what? And I can't advise you because I'm a judge. I'm a lawyer. I'm a practicing lawyer, but I'm a judge. I understand that it's frustrating. Trust me, I get it. I've had clients in similar situations. I get it. But you need to consult with one of those lawyers as quickly as possible tomorrow, if you can.
And what's the
figure
name?
out how to get that. Lister and Holt. They're in downtown Jonesboro. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
Yes, I am.
All right. We're back on. All right, ma'am. You are charged with 1 count of simple battery. It is a misdemeanor. I am going to set a bond. The bond is going to be $2,500. Okay. You do have a special condition of bond to not have any contact with Daquan Jones. Okay. Additionally, do not return back to the 2070 Lake Harbin Road address in Morrow. If you do need to get belongings from there, you can do so. Just make sure you do it. Make an appointment with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office. They'll go there and make sure that nothing bad happens to anybody. If you need to get belongings from there. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on August the 15th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I do the court-appointed.
Okay. All right. I will grant that request for you. Do you have any questions about what anything that?
Yeah, because I really didn't understand because with the not staying there, because initially it was called because I had called them.
Well, hold on. If you're going to go into the facts of it, I don't want you to do that because it's being recorded, remember?
Yeah.
I can only
if I
go.
was to bond out today, I wouldn't be able to go and get my stuff from there because I just came in here yesterday.
The answer to that question is as quickly as the sheriff's department can arrange that for you, that's how quickly you can get it.
So
You can have somebody go and get your stuff for you if you wanted to. There's no restriction on that. But if you want to physically go there and get it, you would have to make arrangements with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office to go and get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
Karen McAlpine.
All right, Miss McAlpine. Paperwork here. You've got all traffic offenses. One of them pretty serious, so I want not as serious, but still end you up here. You are charged with 1 count of driving under the influence. Misdemeanor, I'm gonna set a bond at 2,500. 1 count of oak bin container, the bond is 500. 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, the bond is 1,000. 1 count of inoperable brake lights, the bond is 500. Speeding, the bond is 500.
She's over here.
Oh, failure to change over tag within 30 days, the bond is 500, and seatbelt violation, seatbelt bond is 500. So the total bond is 25, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your total bond is $6,000. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on August 15th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed is fine. Thank you.
Okay, give me 1 moment. You're currently employed. Approximately how much do you make?
Woohoo! Let's give a round of applause for the fucking manners. You guys know I'm Canadian. Manners are like a thing. It kills me when these people don't say please or thank you. I'll make the graphic better next time for the next one. I'm not going to work on it anymore.
Make either per month or per year?
I'm new here, Your Honor, so I can't even really say.
In this court, in order to be denied for a court-appointed attorney, you might have to make like $8,000. This judge will appoint you an attorney on the off chance that somebody will have to stop it later. He would much rather have you appointed one, and that's I approve of his I guess methods on that.
Say less than 15,000.
Okay. Oh, yes, because if you said like $300,000 a year, like you don't qualify for court appointed.
I wouldn't be in here doing all that with 300,000.
Hey, I've seen it. I've seen it. People act,
300,000.
People act crazy, regardless of their financial status. But anyway, okay. Well, I'm going to grant your request. Do you have any questions?
You said 6,000, right?
6,000 total. Yes, ma'am.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Fine.
Merry Christmas. This was last week, or this was this week.
All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Asantia Mosley.
Okay. All right. Miss Mosley, you are charged with 1 count of simple battery, misdemeanor. The bond is 3,000. 1 count of cruelty to children, misdemeanor. The bond is 2,000. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Sarah O'Keefe. Who is that? Who is that to you?
That's my cousin's girlfriend's niece.
Okay, got it. So you're not,
No.
okay. Got it. All right. And does that person stay at the 4791 Clayton Crossing address or no?
No, not probably not.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, just don't have any contact with that person. Like I said before, you could end up in more trouble. So your total
Don't
bond is
forget me and
5,000.
Elvis talking about Ashanti
Next court
falling
date
on
is going to
hard
be on August
times.
the 15th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Okay. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
My own.
If you don't succeed, you get.
You want to hire your own attorney? Okay. Do you already have that person in mind or not yet?
My family attorney.
Okay. What's that? Do you have their name?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, I'm going to mark that down. Just make sure that that person gets excuse me, make sure that person gets on board as quickly as possible so they can keep track of your case for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions?
No.
All right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Venetia Reed.
Oh, Ms. Reeves. Who was the person that was arrested with you? Is that your husband or what?
My brother.
Your brother. That's right. Yeah. I don't know if he can hear me or not, but I'm dismissing the case against you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean if they could still investigate it. They have, I believe, 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. So these charges could come back. I don't know whether they will or not. I'm not going to tell them to bring the charges back. I'm not going to tell them not to. That's not my role. But based on what I saw, I did not feel like this violated any criminal statute. So just be very careful of who you deal with and how you deal with them and things like that. I mean, you're obviously a very grown up and things like that, and there wasn't any allegations of any violence. But just be very careful in situations. And, I'm going to tell your brother the same exact thing because I'm going to do the same thing for him. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Now it's going to take it might take a little while, a couple hours maybe to process everything. So as long as you don't have anything that's holding you, you'll be good to go. Just don't get in any trouble while you're there. And hopefully you do not come back. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Reeves, take care.
All right, step up. Hey, as soon as we're finished,
We should have one more. Wait, where is Alexis Morales?
Oh, that's a male, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Well, got it. 10-4 on that. All right. What's your name, sir?
Sharon Allen.
I'm sorry?
Sharon Allen.
Oh, Mr. Allen. Good. We're in order. Cool. All right, sir. You are charged with 1 count of battery, misdemeanor. The bond is $5,000. 1 count of cruelty to children, 1st degree. That's a felony. That bond is $5,000. So your total bond is $10,000. You do have special condition to not have any contact with Jamari Arnold. Okay.
All right.
Your next court date is August the 16th, which is for preliminary hearing. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for court appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Allen.
We got from.
Hey, sir. Hey, sir. Do you mind doing the under ties after
Also, this is very not abnormal for me. I do 18,000 things at once. I watch all of the conversations that are going, and I do all my own thing. That's not me hyper, that's me happy. Don't worry. You'll know if I'm fucked. I'll tell you.
this gentleman here? So we can get him out of here. He's one of our problem inmates.
Yeah, that's fine. What's your name again, sir?
Alan Brannon.
Okay, got it. All right, sir, you're charged with 1 count of theft by taking. I believe this is the misdemeanor. The bond is $2,000. Do not have any contact with Mr. Roger Denning.
Your Honor.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to ask if you have any questions. Just don't have any contact with that person, okay? Your next court date is August the 15th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do? You want to appoint one? Okay. All right. Now you have a question. What is your question?
That was a misunderstanding.
No, no.
I know I'm not saying that, but it's the bond is $2,000. It's only a $60 thing.
I understand that.
And I can't do that. I can't afford that. That's only a $60 item.
Sir, are you clear on your bond? Are you clearing your bond?
Yeah,
Your bond is $2,000. Your Honor, you got any other questions or anything else for the gentleman, Your Honor?
No. Is that it?
The only question you had?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I just be excused, Your Honor?
Yep.
All right, come on, let's ride.
All right. What's the name of the gentleman?
Times.
First name.
Dejan Times.
All right. Give me just a
That gave me a yucky feeling. This is my jail outfit. This is as close as I could get. I have some orange stuff, but this is I think better. Yeah. I hate it when I can tell that there's like that that's coercion. Or there's something off in this jail sometimes. There is.
second, sir.
Okay, I'm there. Hey, you did the GPS? No, you did. You do it. 7 hours, right? That's what I do. We left at 2. At 8 o'clock. So 8 hours. 8 to 2. We left at 6. So 6 hours. 6 hours. I'm putting 7. Let's go.
Well, what I think is off, Billy, is that a bailiff or a jail staff member just interrupted a court proceeding and basically reprimanded that person and in as many words told them to shut up, basically. And I don't particularly like the issue is this. The judge recognizes that, and I recognize this too. You guys happen to know that my dad was a corrections officer, and I am very aware of the dangers and the difficulties of that type of job. However, there are many different approaches to managing a facility like that, one of which is fear and coercion and oppression, and another is being a little bit different. The main point about that is that I believe the judge recognizes he can't, like Judge Kim from Texas used to like rail on the staff in the center. And not only is that bad for their morale, but it's bad for their authority in the jail. Even if there's a problem with the way the bailiff is dealing or the correction staff are dealing with it, for safety reasons, it's probably best that the judge handle it probably like he did, even though maybe later he might want to speak with, like to me, I would want to speak with somebody and be like, hey, I need you to talk with all of your staff who are helping out with court hearings and remind everybody that they're not to interrupt. I don't care if it's getting out of control, whatever. This is court. It's hard to remember because the people are not in court. They're in a hallway and they're still in your jail. And I respect that you need to maintain a level of authority. But that is, I think, inappropriate of a jail staff to interject into that in that way in this type of hearing. And I am not saying that Judge Kim hasn't done a lot, and I agree. We could talk about it many times. I mean, I literally did hundreds of streams, hundreds of hours on Judge Kim, and I'll go toe to toe with him on many different subjects. But when this this is a weird vibe. Like, you don't hear this happen very often. Another place where this used to happen is in Judge Maribel's court with his assistant Katrina. She used to interrupt proceedings as well. And I used to think to myself, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, let's continue on. Also, I love all you guys in the chat talking about how you found us, what communities you're part of. This is, as I always say, a traveling chat that goes all the way all over the internet. I hope, and I hope that I'm wrong, but this is my take on what we're seeing here. Hi, Jerry. There's been a lot going on today. I'm not even sure if we could recap it properly.
I'm just trying to keep my paperwork in order. Okay. Here we go. Mr. Collins. Sir, you are charged with 1 count of arson in the 1st degree. I'm not going to grant a bond at this time. You are also charged with interference with government property. That bond is $5,000. Your next court date is going to be on August 16th for preliminary hearing. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. Which one would you like to do? Appointed. Okay. All right. I will. Are you currently employed?
I've been locked up 3.5 years. No, I'm not.
Oh, I see. Well, then that means that you have some other charges pending. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Understood. All right, Mr. Ties. Well, I'm gonna grant that. Obviously, I don't know if you've been in there that long. Then that means that this is probably not as big as whatever it is that you have.
No, it's not.
I got you. Well, maybe they'll wrap them both up, or you'll address the first one and then you'll just address the second one. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. I don't know what you got going on, Mr. Ties, but listen, don't keep racking up charges while you're here. Handle those, move on, and keep it pushing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right, sir. What's your name?
Roosevelt Burke, sir.
Okay. Got it. All right, Mr. Burke. You got a lot of stuff going on this case, but these are older warrants.
I have state effect, sir.
Let's see. This is from 4 of these are from October the 10th, and then the other ones are from March the 26th. How you didn't get locked up on March the 20th? Oh, you weren't there. Okay, so that makes sense. All right, sir, you are charged with 1 count of false imprisonment, which is a felony on warrant 2022 CW 54634. The bond is $10,000. Cruelty to children in the 2nd degree, warrant 2022 CW 54635. The bond is $5,000. Cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, warrant 2022 CW 54636. The bond is $5,000. Battery, family violence, misdemeanor, warrant 2022 CW 54637. The bond is $2,500. Then those are all relating to incidents back on October the 12th, 2022. Then you have 4 more charges stemming from March of this year: aggravated assault and warrant 2022 CW 51411, the bond is 60,000. Cruelty to children in the third degree, warrant 2023 CW 51412, the bond is 5,000. Criminal damage in the second degree, warrant 2023 CW 51413, the bond is 10,000. And then a hit and run warrant 2023 CW 51414, the bond is 5,500. So your total bond, sir, is 10, 20, mark that, 10, 20 plus 60 is 80, 90, 100 to 103. If I did this correctly, it should be 103,000, but I want to make sure 10 plus 10 is 20, 80, 90, 100 plus 3. Yeah, 103,000 for all charges. You also have a special condition to stay away from Sakita Jones, Joyisha Davidson, and Nova Davidson. Do not return back to 260 Shelburne Drive in Riverdale, and do not violate any other laws while out on bond if you are out on bond. Your next court date for all of these charges is going to be on August the 16th, 2023. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed for now, sir. But can I did want to state a fact though.
No, I didn't ask you to state a fact.
Okay.
Have you ever served in the military before?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
And the reason why I told you that is because this is being recorded, so anything that you say can be used against you. So it's best that you listen. Just listen. It's best, because I can't help you. I'm not your advocate. I'm a neutral. It's best that you talk about it with your lawyer, because anything that you tell them, you have attorney-client privilege. You don't have attorney-client privilege with me, okay? And even if you did tell me, I can't do anything about it. Now, any questions?
Yes, which bond was 60,000?
The aggravated assault. Any other questions?
I guess not, since you say you went over the case log already, right?
Correct.
Some of them charges is the same charge. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes prosecutors can charge one thing 2 or 3 different ways. So sometimes they get dropped, sometimes they merge, sometimes things happen with them. But right here, I don't have any control over that. I got to deal with what's in front of me.
I got 60,000.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
The honor.
What's your name?
Angel Manuel Cruz Rolon.
Y'all. Is that a peace sign shaved into his chest hair? Is it a chest tattoo? I'm so confused. I think it's a chest tattoo. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Is this hey, I'm sorry, Mr. Rolon, but you and one other person, y'all are a little bit different than everybody else because y'all have warrants from another state. So I'm going to take you and that other person last. Okay.
Roger that. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Let's say both of the extraditions for last. I'm gonna do them at the same time. All right. What's your name, sir? Oh, all right, Mr. Jamal Edwards, got you.
Hey, Judge, if you don't mind me asking, who's the second extradition?
Give me just a second. I will tell you that, sir. I know I saw 2 of them. It is Stephen Harper.
Harper. Who's that saying Harper? That's you? Okay.
Okay. All right. Mr.
CRD. Trisha. Tell me you know why that's so funny. Can you imagine if fucking Stephen Harper walked up there to be extradited? Oh, I'll show you. Oh, I hated him. We don't talk politics, but
Edwards, correct?
Good.
Okay, Mr. Edwards, you were charged with one count of aggravated assault. The bond is going to be, which is a felony. The bond is going to be 60,000. One count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is 7,000, and one count of criminal trespass misdemeanor. The bond is 3,000. So your total bond is $70,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Jessica Petty and do not return back to 5759 Shoals Place Trail in Atlanta. If you need to get anything there, you have to make arrangements with the sheriff's department to go with you. If you show up there without them, you are in violation of this bond and face potential new charges. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on August the 16th for a preliminary hearing. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Hire my own attorney.
Okay. Do you have someone in mind or
I
not
don't.
yet?
I don't have a research.
Okay. All right. Well, just, these are some pretty serious charges. So you want to make sure that you do that as quickly as possible so they can get in and file the paperwork on your case. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions, Mr. Edwards?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Edwards. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
All right. What's your name?
Timmy Garrett.
Oh, yes. All right. All right, sir, you are charged with one count of battery or simple battery, family violence, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is 5,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Kelsey Gilliam. Okay. Now, you are not to return back to 4552. Give me just a second, because I'm sure you have questions about that. I got you. 4552 Old Dixie Road. That may be a shared residence. That may be your residence. Unfortunately, I don't have any control. Where this happened, I have to make sure that you don't go back. Now, if you need to get your stuff, that's fine. You can either A, have somebody get it for you, or B, just go there with the deputies so they can they make sure that she don't try nothing against you, you don't try nothing against her, and everything is copacetic, okay? But make sure that you take your paperwork to them and let them go with you. Don't just show up on your own, okay? Because you'll get yourself in more trouble. All right. Yes. Now, your next court date is going to be on August the 15th. But if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date, okay? Yes, sir. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I think court-appointed.
Okay. All right. So I will grant that request for you, Mr. Garrett. Do you have any questions?
I'll be good, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir. Don't come back.
Okay.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Willie Gates.
Straight down.
Mr. Gates.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gates, you were charged with one count of criminal trespass.
Yes, sir.
I need a four.
Give me just a moment. All right, Mr. Gates. Normally in this situation, this is a relatively minor thing. Whatever the problem is going on, they don't want you there. I am going to set a bond of $3,000. Okay.
Yes,
now, you do have a special condition to not go back to 834 Highway 138 Southeast, which is the Southway Shopping Center Plaza. So you can go anywhere in the world you want, just don't go there. Okay. That for whatever reason, they do not want you there. And it doesn't matter to me what the reason is. legally speaking, I've reviewed this and it's legally sufficient. So just don't go back there because you're going to end up right back in the Clayton County Jail. And that's not a good spot for you, Mr. Gates.
Yes.
Your next court date is going to be on August the 15th. But if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date. Now, do you have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney? What would you like to do?
Court-appointed.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gates, do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Gates, good luck to you. Please stay away from there and don't come back.
Okay, thanks.
All right. All right, what's your name?
Michael, good.
All right, Mr. Goodwin. Mr. Goodwin, you are charged with 1 count of battery, simple battery, misdemeanor. The bond is $5,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Michael Smith. So just don't have any contact. Let me see here. Is that someone that lives with you or doesn't live with you?
I got jumped at the court,
No.
Well, I don't know him. I don't even know him.
Okay, I got you. So that's not somebody that lives with you, correct?
No.
Okay. And where this happened at is not your address, is that correct?
No.
Okay, good. Well then, look, don't go back to Park Avenue over there in Forest Park. Just stay away from that area, okay? I don't know what you got going on or somebody's got going on with you. It doesn't matter, but you stay on a whole different area. Wait, are you from Georgia?
No, I'm not from here. I've been here like a couple of days. I was about to go back. I'm not even from here.
I got you. Okay, well, look, let me help you here. The bond's $5,000. You bond out, you can go back to where you need to go. That's fine. Okay. Now, the next court date is going to be on August the 15th. If you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. Okay. But make sure that your address is accurate with the clerk's office and the sheriff's office, because you're going to get notice in the mail and you don't want it to go somewhere and then you miss court and get a warrant and all this stuff. That's not good for you. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do, sir?
Public defender. Need an attorney.
Okay. All right. Give me just a second. Let me review your application. I forgot to fill in this paperwork for you. Are you currently employed?
No. Yes. I just started.
Oh, okay. Well, those are two totally different answers. All right. Yes. Okay. How much do you make? I mean, you just started, but how much are you expected to make per month or either per year?
We make like $130. We get paid every day.
So $130 a day?
Yes.
Got it. So we'll just say 600 times 400. Okay. Misdemeanor. Okay. All right. Mr. Goodwin, do you have any questions about, I'm going to grant that request, by the way, so the lawyer will be appointed to you. Do you have any questions about your case?
One about my bond so high.
I'm sorry?
One about my bond was so high, that's all.
I mean, it's in line with everybody else. You know, I gotta look at everybody and treat everybody about the same in the facts and circumstances, and other places it'd be much higher. So, you know.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Good luck. All right, what's your name?
William Matchett.
All right. There.
I got a bad feeling.
All right, Mr. Matchett, you are charged with 1 count of simple battery, misdemeanor. The bond is $5,000. You do have some special conditions to not have any contact with Delbert McDowell. And let me see here. And you probably heard me say this, but you know, do not return back to the 28. Roundtree Road, address in Riverdale. If you do need to get your stuff, you have to make arrangements with the Clayton County Sheriff's Department. Now, you can either have somebody get it for you, or you can go with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office to get your stuff. Now, that's only the way it is, your conditions, until either your case is resolved or you, through an attorney, can file a motion to modify those bond conditions to maybe a no violent contact, okay? Next court date is going to be on August 15th. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do? I'm sorry?
Court appointed.
Okay, got it. All right, sir. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name?
Alexis Morales.
Okay, Mr. Morales, you are charged with you're charged with one count of, these are just traffic offenses. Defective equipment, $500. No license, bond is $1,000, so your total bond is $1,500. Both misdemeanors. Next court date is going to be on August the 15th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date, okay? You do have the right to hire your own attorney or have court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good, sir. What is your name?
Cornelius Reeves.
Morning's right.
Mr.
That's totally
Reeves,
a
you were here
nursing
with your
shirt.
sister, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear what I told her or no?
Be on.
I'm sorry?
No, I didn't hear.
Oh, okay. I dismissed her case and I'm dismissing yours. Now, let me say this. You know, sometimes you do things and you do them and you end up in a situation like what you're in right now, right? Just because I dismissed the charges, that they could be brought back. I'm not saying that they will be. I'm not going to tell anybody to bring the charges back. I'm not going to tell them not to. That's not my place, okay? But just understand that they could be brought back. I think within 2 years is the statute of limitations, if I'm not mistaken. But just be very careful of who you deal with, who you interact with, what you do, and things of that nature, because things could have gone way worse for you, your sister, and everybody else involved. You know, you're a grown up. You know, again, I'm just making the decision based on what I believe the law says and what I have presented in front of me. So just be very careful and make sure that you don't end up back here. As long as you don't get in any more trouble and you don't have anything that's holding you, give us some time to process this paperwork and then you'll be free to go. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Don't come back. Okay?
I won't. You enjoy the rest of it.
All right. You too. All right. What's your name, sir?
Michael Turner.
All right. Mr. Turner. Moment.
Melanie, we're going to go to Chuck E. Cheese in Florida.
All right, Mr. Turner, you are charged with one count of battery. Misdemeanor, the bond is $3,000. You do have special conditions to not have any contact with Mr. Arthur Minton. Also, do not go back to 6393 Boca Grande Boulevard in Forest Park. If you need to get any belongings from there, you can have someone do it for you, or you can go through the Clayton County Sheriff's Department. Your next court date is August the 15th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed attorney.
Okay. Have you ever served in the military before?
No, sir.
Okay, I will do that. Do you have any questions?
How much is my bond again?
3,000.
I think so.
All right. Good luck to you. What's your name?
That Daniel Westmoreland.
Okay.
Okay. Open CC1, CC2.
All right, Mr. Westmoreland, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. You were here with the other gentleman.
Well done.
There's somebody else that has the exact same charge as you in the exact same place as you. I just saw him a couple of folks ago. I don't know. I'm not saying that you know him or anything like that. I'm just saying that y'all got the exact same charge for being at the exact same place. So you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is 3,000. You do have a special condition. Do not go back to 834 Highway 138 Southeast, which is the Southway Shopping Center in Jonesboro. So you can go anywhere in the world you want, just don't go there. For whatever reason, they don't want you there. You're not wanted there. You've been told not to go there, so don't do it. Okay, there's nothing that's there that is for you. Okay. Your next court date is on August the 15th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire an attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed attorney.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
You said my next court date be on August 15th.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Westmoreland.
CSP. Oh, yeah, I already told him.
All right. What's your name?
Robinson.
Robinson. All right, sir. You were charged with 1 count of battery. The bond is 5,000 and 1 count of riot in a penal institution. The bond is 10,000. So your total bond is 15,000. The second charge is a felony. Your next court date is going to be on August the 16th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do? Do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want to be considered for a court-appointed attorney?
Court-appointed attorney.
Okay. Are you currently employed?
14 months.
Okay, hold on. All right. Have you ever served in the military?
No.
All right. I'm going to put that you agreed via Zoom to be considered for a court-appointed attorney. All right. I'll grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
What my charges is again?
Battery and then riot in a penal institution.
When did I catch these charges?
Huh?
When did I catch these charges?
Incident date looks like it was on July the 21st. Looks like there was a physical altercation between you and this the other person. Physical altercation. Let me see.
Come on.
Between you and someone named Tathine Williams. I don't know who that is. I don't know if you know who it is, but there's enough evidence here. So, any other questions?
No, smoke.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
We got time. Look, we'll go to medical, right? No, you're going one.
Is there a Jerome Cody?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right, Mr. Cody, you are charged with giving a false name, address, and date of birth I'm just dismissing the charges against you, okay?
Mhm.
So as long as you don't get in any more trouble, you don't act up, and there's nothing else that's holding you, then you'll be free to go in a little while. Just let us process that paperwork, okay?
All right.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
And then I have
Mr. Cody and I'm sorry, not Mr. Cody, Mr. Cruz.
What about Lewis or Louis Vaughn? Do we have that person?
He had first appearance yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, they didn't mark that one, but he did have first appearance yesterday.
Okay, all right. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get an application.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Then we are accurate. So that's good. All right. So I should have Mr. Stephen Harper.
Yes, Mr. Harper and Mr. Cruz.
Yes, Mr. Cruz alone. All right, gentlemen. Y'all's situation is a little bit different because y'all don't have actual charges here in Clayton County. You have them in other states. So I'm gonna have to pull up a script that I need to read to both of you, and then I'll address Mr. Cruz alone first, and then Mr. Harper second. Okay. So give me just a moment.
Wait, first of all, I'm glad you guys like this outfit. I love playing fashion show. Anyways, secondly, where are these two guys from? They're being extradited, which means both of them are being extradited to another state. So we're gonna take our bets right now. We'll have to do masked and not masked. I think that's the most obvious thing to talk about. Totally. That's the biggest difference. So I'm gonna guess that there's two different states, but I don't even know. So go ahead and get your, what do we see? Alabama. What do we see? Florida and Texas. Those are good guesses. Allie B from Tennessee thinks they are from the same place. Loud Elvis, Mississippi, bank on it. Tennessee, Oregon, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Canada, William. They wouldn't do this type of extradition hearing for Canadian because it's not covered under the ICPC agreement. It's an international thing. You know that. Come on. But you could say like Washington. That'd be close by. Texas, Florida, Donna, of course, Florida. But Florida. I don't know, this one dude's tan, like no masks tan is screaming Florida to me. Arkansas, Montana. I'm gonna guess Montana. Montana and Florida. Those are my guesses. I'm locked in. No more bets. No more bets. Ladies and gentlemen, no more bets.
All right, gentlemen. A fugitive warrant has been issued for your arrest. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You have been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you for Mr. Cruz alone. Those charges are pending out of Florida, and Mr. Harper, they are out of Tennessee. Okay. And that state is requesting that you are returned to answer those charges for Mr. Cruz alone, that is for larceny, and Mr. Harper, that is for also larceny. Okay. In accordance with the laws of the state of Georgia, you are brought before me for an explanation of this proceeding. You have the right to contest the legality of this warrant and all extradition proceedings. Or you may waive your right to extradition proceedings and voluntarily be returned to the state requesting your
detention. Before you inform me of whether or not you wish to waive extradition, let me explain to you that you have the following rights. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If you desire to contest the legality of the extradition proceeding, then you must file or have filed on your behalf a writ of habeas corpus. You will be allowed a reasonable amount of time to file such writ. You may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas can only contest the following things: whether extradition documents are in order on their face, whether you are charged with a crime in the demanding state, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition, and whether you are in fact a fugitive. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state of Georgia. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in deciding whether to contest or waive extradition if you so desire. Now, pay attention to this part. If you waive extradition, the state of Florida for Mr. Cruz Rolón or Tennessee for Mr. Harper will have 30 days to come and get you. If those states have not picked you up in 30 days, you will be released. So if you waive, the states have 30 days to come and get you. If they don't, you will be released. If you contest extradition and the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county for an additional 60 days awaiting your extradition. So if you waive, they have a hard line of 30. If you contest, they have 30, but there could be an extra 60. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask each of you individually, Mr. Cruz Rolón, do you wish to waive extradition and be returned to Florida, or do you wish to have formal extradition proceedings?
I'm also confused on both options.
Okay. Well,
which brings me to Florida the soonest? Is it like, do I get released here and fly back to Florida? And
so
do I?
Let me repeat it one more time, okay? You can either waive or you can contest. Those are your two options, okay? If you waive extradition, Florida will have 30 days to come and get you. So they'll get you within 30 days.
Within this facility?
I'm sorry?
Within here, this facility?
I believe so. I don't know if you have charges anywhere else. But if they'll come and get you within 30 days. If they don't come and get you within 30 days, you're free to go. If you contest, they're supposed to get you within 30 days, but if not, someone could request an extra 60. So that's if you want to contest. So if you waive, they're going to get you within 30 days or you're free to go. If you contest, it's either 30 days or maybe a little bit longer.
So which option allows me to leave to Florida on my own behalf as soon as possible?
I mean, I can't be your lawyer. I can only tell you what I just told you. So
that's like stay here for 30 days.
This is the waiver. It is the best option.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I'll do the waiver.
And I'm not sure.
Now I have to ask you a couple questions, okay? Well, just one. Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Let me think on that again.
Okay, well, go ahead. Think about that. Let me address Mr. Harper really quickly while you think about it, okay? All right, Mr. Harper, do you wish to waive or contest extradition?
I want to waive.
Okay. All right, Mr. Harper, are you doing that freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have the paperwork that needs to be signed? Okay, perfect. If you'll sign that, sir, they'll send it over to me. I will sign it and then I'll send it back to the sheriff's department. Okay.
Okay, and then as soon as I get it back, I go turn myself in to Tennessee.
No, what will happen is because you don't have a bond on these charges, Tennessee will have 30 days to get you. If they don't get you on day number 30, on day number 31, you're free to go.
Okay. There's no way to speed that up, I guess, is there?
I don't know the answer to that question, honestly. Now, they know that they only have 30 days to do it. So the clock is ticking. So I would imagine they don't want to wait till the last second because then they run the risk of you just leaving. But I don't know how long states typically wait. I don't know if it's 5 days, 10 days, or they do it last second. I wish I could give you better information. Now, Mr. Harper, I'm going to appoint an attorney on your case just in case your petitioner hearing date comes up.
Okay.
But if you're not here, then obviously it doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Harper?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, then we'll get that paperwork over as quickly as possible.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Cruz, have you had time to think about what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what would you like to do, sir?
I'll do the waiver.
Okay, all right, very good. Then there'll be some paperwork that you need to sign. And just like I told Mr. Harper, the clock starts ticking, so they'll have 30 days to come and get you. If they don't, then you're free to go, okay?
That's free from all charges that are presented.
Well, you'll be free to go, like, we can't hold you. Now, you'll still have the charges pending, but we can't keep you in custody. You'll just have to go and address those whenever you want to.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
All right, yes, sir. And I'm gonna appoint an attorney for you as well, sir, just in case your prelim date comes up beforehand, okay?
Thank you.
All right, no problem, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, that's all I have, everyone. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor, that's everyone.
Okay, very good. Hey, we rolled through that. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, well, if y'all will get me that extradition paperwork over as quickly as you can, I will work on getting these bond orders and committal documents scanned, and then we'll be good to go.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one.
Don't worry, he did race through that, so I'm gonna grab us another one here. Just give me one moment while I do that. Cellulite yoga pants, you're back.
Strong travel demand and
Please
higher
stop.
room rates boosted
Listen
second
to
quarter
me.
earnings for Marriott International. Company also raised its full.
What the fuck? I'm sure you do have an idea for an interlude, but if it includes me trying to smell that coyote shit, I'm not interested in it. Because I think I remember talking about it. I don't sleep. There's your first thing. Although that is good for Marriott. Yeah, we'll do one more. The bags under my eyes. I didn't use any fucking concealers. This is just going through my midlife crisis on the internet. All y'all this. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. This is crazy. Shit. You guys are gonna. Oh, I know, William. I'm always joking. And I take it in good faith. This is fucking hilarious, you guys.
All right, y'all ready at the jail?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Okay, very good.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is May the 21st, 2023. The time is 11:01 a.m. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court first appearance. I'm Judge Daniel Nagel. I'm going to go over some preliminary information with you, so please pay attention so that way we can keep everything moving quickly and you all can get the information that you need to get out as quickly as possible. All right. So first and foremost, I want to let you know that this is a first appearance hearing, which means it is an informative hearing. It is not an evidentiary hearing. What that
10 minutes of intro, we're skipping it.
each other. Some of you may have coverings on your face. If that's the case, that's fine. Just make sure that you speak loudly and clearly so that I can understand what you're saying or asking of me, and I will make sure that I speak in a clear way so you understand what I'm saying to you. All right. Now, before we begin, I just need everyone to participate by raising their right hand, please. All right. Do you swear or affirm that the statements that you shall make shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You can say, I do.
I do.
All right. You can put your hands down, and then we'll start with the female side first.
He said he gonna start. Okay, Gary, everybody else.
That's absolutely true, search for spot. And also your comment earlier was right. I'm way
All right.
not sorry.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Just a lot of background noise behind you, so give me just a second once I get out. All right. Give me your name one more time.
Ariel Garris.
Okay, Miss Garris, thank you. I can understand you now. All right, Miss Garris, you are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of loitering or prowling. The bond is going to be $1,000. 1 felony count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. The bond is $3,000. That's on warrant 844. 1 violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Also a felony, that's on warrant 845. The bond is $3,000. And then 1 looks like misdemeanor count of theft of mislaid or lost property. The bond is $2,000. 6, 7, 8, 9. So your total bond is $9,000. Okay. Are you going to be able to make that?
Yes, speak up, ma'am.
No.
They are ready. We're ready.
Well, your next court date is going to be on June the 14th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Okay. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or you can be considered for court-appointed counsel. And it said on your paper that you needed assistance. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want to be considered for court-appointed attorney? Okay. Just a moment. All right. Let's see. Are you currently employed? You have to say verbally yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. And approximately how much money do you make?
Not really.
Okay. Would you say more or less than $2,000 a month?
Less.
Okay. All right. Are you legally married? Do you have any children?
Speak.
Remember, you have to give a verbal yes or no, okay? How many of your children are under 18?
Both.
How many?
Both of them are.
Okay. So
2?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever served in the United States military?
No.
All right, I'm gonna assign for you, saying that you agreed on Zoom that you want to be considered for court-appointed counsel, and so I'm going to do that. All right, do you have any questions about your case? Okay, all right, good luck to you, man.
Yeah. Next.
All right, what's your name?
Leticia Hunter.
All right, give me just a moment. All right, Hunter. Let's see here. You were charged with no insurance and then possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Both of them are misdemeanors. Your total bond, well, the insurance is $1,000. The misdemeanor marijuana charge is $1,500. So your total bond is $2,500. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on June the 13th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to be able to make that?
Well, I gotta pay $2,000.
Well, it's typically 10 to 20%. So,
Okay. Well, the bond that I got earlier, it was 3,000. Okay, yeah. My sister's supposed to be on her way.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Good job. All right. So your next court, well, if you bond out, just be on the lookout for in the mail for your next court date. Okay. Let's see. Do you want to be considered for a court-appointed attorney, or do you want to hire your own attorney?
No, you can give me an attorney.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions?
So you said, so do I have to pay the whole 2,000 or just 10%?
No. There's two ways to do it. Either you pay the whole thing through the sheriff's department, or if you go through a bonding company, it's somewhere between 10 and 20%. Okay.
Right. So my next question, if I pay the 10 or 20%, do I still have to go to court?
Yes, you go to court until your case is completely resolved.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Good luck to you.
Search for Spock. Did you join the Discord yet? I posted a picture of the paddle that I broke on my own ass.
All right. What's your name?
Jasmine Norwood.
Okay. Give me just a second, Miss Norwood. All right, Ms. Norwood, you are charged with one count of misdemeanor terroristic threats. I am going to set a bond at $2,000. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Melvin Bell. Who is that to you?
A friend. He actually stayed like 3 houses down though.
I got you. That's fine. I mean, look, just don't go where he is. I mean, your house, if y'all don't live together, then, don't go to his house.
Okay.
But just make sure that you stay away from him until either your case is resolved or the bond conditions change. Okay. So he doesn't exist in your world. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. Remember what I said earlier about violating your bond. Okay.
Okay.
Now your next court date is going to be on June the 13th. But when you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You'll just be on the lookout for another court date in the mail. Okay. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court appointed attorney. What do you want to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
No.
Okay. All right, Ms. Norwood, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Next. Say your name.
name is Joan Paris Leon.
Okay, Miss Paris Leon, give me just a moment. Now, I understand that this incident involves a couple of your sons, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm dismissing the case against you, okay?
Yes.
It looks like, you know, you got involved in some type of way. Maybe you were doing something you knew, maybe you were doing something you didn't. I don't know. I don't have enough, but hopefully this is kind of a learning lesson for you more than anything else. You know, you appear to be, at least from what I've gathered, trying to do something for your kids. And I understand that. I'm a parent, I have young children, but sometimes you can't save them. Okay.
True.
So you just do the best job that you can be as a mom, and hopefully they you know, take after you and do what they should do. But you know, kids do what they're going to do, and they don't listen to their parents all the time. But either way, I'm dismissing this case against you. Okay, so as long as you don't have anything else going on, then you'll be good to go. Just give us some time and let us process all the paperwork. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Don't come back. All right.
No, I promise.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
Big D,
Uh-huh.
Big D.
Okay. What's your name?
Beyonce.
All right. Got you. All right, ma'am. You were charged with looks like misdemeanor, simple assault. I am going to set a bond of $1,000. One misdemeanor count of disorderly conduct, I'm going to set a bond of $1,500. And then one misdemeanor count of disruption of operation of a public school, I am going to set a bond of $1,500. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So your total bond is $4,000. Okay. Is school still going on, or are they done? Like, is your child still in school?
My son, when the incident happened, it was like the 19th, and my son got suspended, and we have not been back to the school or whatever.
Okay. Give me just a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, you don't have any reason to be going back to the school.
I just need to drop off his tablet. I just didn't drop it off because I know I can't come on the property.
Get somebody else to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let somebody else do that for you, because I'm going to put, don't return back to the school. I don't necessarily think you would do anything out of pocket, but just to make sure, I'm going to put it in here. And you can have someone else do that for you. I don't want them to say that you're stealing things and things like that. So just make sure that you have somebody else. If there's anything that you need to take back there, make sure that someone else does it for you. Okay. Your next court date is on June the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire an attorney or be considered for court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
A court-appointed.
Okay. All right. All right, Ms. Seats, do you have any questions about your case?
Would I get a copy of those 3 charges? Because I can't even say I want to say, because before I left the school.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Listen to me, okay? I'm sure you have a lot to say and you have a defense. Talk to your lawyer about that. If you want to get a copy of the charges, you can go to the courthouse and get a copy of the warrants. But honestly, they're going to have to turn it over to your attorney, so you'll get one. My suggestion would be is just, look, take a deep breath, wait till this plays out, right? I know it's frustrating probably, and you want things to move very quickly, but sometimes these things just take time. So just let the process play out. Don't try to do anything, let the lawyers work. That's why we went to law school. Let us do our job, okay?
All right.
All right, I'm gonna grant your request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, ma'am. Please don't come back.
Oh, I promise I won't.
All right.
Next, come.
All right, what's your name?
Ortavia White.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Light right there. Light.
Okay, well, you're probably not used to it, but just remember, I have to get a verbal yes or a verbal no instead of this or this, okay? Oh, I've got your paperwork, the very last one. All right, Miss White. Let's see here. Miss White, you're charged with one count. Oh, I remember this. You're charged with one count of criminal trespass. It's a misdemeanor. I am going to set a bond at $500. That's pretty much the lowest I can go. Okay. Also, do not return back to that business location. You don't work there or anything, do you?
No, sir.
Remember you? Okay, there we go. All right. So just don't go back there until your case is done with or the bond conditions are changed. All right. Your next court date is going to be on June the 13th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that particular court date. They'll send you another one in the mail. Okay. You have the right to hire your own attorney or to be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I don't even know what you're saying, sir. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Okay. So basically, because you've been charged with a crime, right? A misdemeanor, the maximum penalty is $1,000 fine and or 12 months in custody. Okay. So you have the right to a lawyer. You can either say, hey, I want to go and find my own lawyer, and then you go find a lawyer and you pay them and they'll represent you. Okay. I don't know who you want to find or whatever and how much you pay. That's your business. Or you can say, hey, I would like a court-appointed attorney, or also known as a public defender, and I'll look at your application. And if you qualify, then I will appoint an attorney for you and it doesn't cost you anything. So do you want me to consider you for a court-appointed attorney, or do you want to go find your own lawyer?
The court attorney.
Okay. Let me see something. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're still very, very young, Miss White. Are you in school or are you working full time, or what's going on?
I'm supposed to be graduating Friday.
Oh, when? This coming Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. From where?
Vashon High School.
Okay. Oh. All right, very good. And it says here that you just started a job, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, just like I told the last person, just let this play out. Let the lawyer do their thing, let them work, and don't get yourself in any more trouble. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Don't let me see you back here again. All right. Any other females?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good.
I'm graduating and getting a job on Monday.
Just a second, sir.
Jonathan, I'm dying laughing.
All right. What's your name?
It's Eddie Adams.
Okay. You said I have Eddie Adams. Is that you?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. All right, Mr.
Search for
Adams,
Spock. Make sure you stop by my office
you are
later on
charged with
Discord.
one misdemeanor count of driving under the influence. I am going to set a bond of $4,000. One misdemeanor count of improper lane change, the bond is 500, and one misdemeanor count of open container, the bond is 500. So your total bond is $5,000. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on June 13th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
A court-appointed attorney.
Okay. All right, sir. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, not right now.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Adams.
Thank you.
Well, all right. What's your name?
Ronnie Allen.
All right, Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, you were charged with, let me see, one misdemeanor count of stop sign violation. The bond is 500. One misdemeanor count of no license on person. The bond is 500. And then one felony charge of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. And the bond is $3,000. So your total bond is $4,000. Okay. You do have your next court date is on June the 14th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Hire.
I'm sorry?
Hire.
Oh, you want to hire your own attorney?
Yeah, but if not, I gotta back up. I already filled out the form.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Do you want me to just go ahead and appoint someone for you, and then if you hire them, they can come in? That way it doesn't slow your case down. I mean, it's up to you. I'll put hire your own attorney, but just because you fill out the form doesn't mean you have to stick with them. You can always go and hire someone. You want to do that?
Yes, sir, we can do that.
Okay. Okay. You gonna be able to make your bond?
Yeah, I just gotta make a call.
Okay, very good. Let's see. I'm looking at your application. I can't tell. Have you ever served in the military before or no?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had a clear answer to that. All right, Mr. Allen, do you have any questions about your case?
What is my next court date will be?
So the next court date, if you do not bond out, is June the 14th. But if you do bond out, I don't know. It'll be your arraignment date. It'll be months down the road.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Take them off. Yeah. You go back. Come on. You come on. Say your name. Be loud and clear.
What's your name?
Arthur Lee Bell, Jr.
Okay. I got you.
You go in there.
I said make sure to report to my office in Discord at some point and say hello. The outfit, do you guys get why I'm wearing this now? Because of the neckline? This is why, because they all have the same neckline. It wasn't even about me showing off my neckline. It was just like, no.
Step to the side.
All right, Mr. Ballard, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of theft by shoplifting. The bond is $2,000. One misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. The bond is $2,000, and then one misdemeanor count of obstruction. The bond is $1,000. So your total bond is $5,000. Now, you are not allowed to go back to 8805 Terra Boulevard, which is that Quick Trip or QT location. Okay. I understand that you may be having some rough times and stuff, but just don't go back there. There's been too many incidences with you there. Okay. Find somewhere else to go. Make sure that you got everything that you're supposed to have and do things the right way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're clear because I don't want to see you back here again, because if you come back, there's a very high probability that you're not leaving. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you want to, your next court date is going to be on June the 13th. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want to have a court appointed attorney?
I'll get back with you.
Well, I'm going to appoint an attorney for you because it looks like you need one.
Yeah, I'll probably get one. I might get one.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Do you have any questions about your case? Okay. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Ballard.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
So when I supposed to leave?
I'm sorry?
When I supposed to leave?
Well, you got to post your bond first.
How much is it?
5,000. All right. All right. What's your name, sir?
Christopher Battle.
All right, Mr. Battle. You were charged with one count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, which is a felony. I am going to grant a bond of $3,000. Your next court date is on June the 14th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I'd like to be appointed one, sir.
Okay. I will do that for you. This one, I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Battle. I struggled with it for a while, but then just so you understand, I don't have to have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. It's only probable cause, and there was just enough information for this to meet the threshold. So I don't know. It's very weird because don't really know the facts and circumstances of how this came out, and I don't want to ask you about it because then you're going to be giving away your defense. But I'm sure you'll have a very fruitful conversation with your attorney and look to strategize on how to address these charges. So don't say anything about that, okay? But do you have any questions about your case?
Yes, sir. When you say my court date is 16th?
No, it'll be on June the 14th. But if you bond out, don't go to that court date. You'll get another court date in the mail months down the line, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Battle. Good luck to you. Don't come back.
Yes, sir. Next. You go at the house. Yeah, you. Oh, you, man. Come on. Come on. No. Here you go.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Jeffrey Donnell.
All right, Mr. Donnell. You were charged with one misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. The bond is $2,000, and one misdemeanor count of obstruction. The bond is $1,000. So your total bond is $3,000. Also, do not go back to 8550 Highway 85, the food mart. Don't go back to that location, okay?
Sir.
Your next court date is going to be on June the 13th.
Okay.
But if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed because I don't have no money.
Okay, I got you. Have you ever served in the military before?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm going to put on here that you agreed on Zoom for a court-appointed attorney.
I'm trying to figure out how long am I going to be in jail, man, because I'm going to see if I could do like weekend jail maybe.
Well, I don't get to address that here, so you're gonna have to talk to a different judge. Unfortunately, I'm very limited in what I can do and what I can say and things like that. Okay, but just discuss it with your attorney. I'm gonna grant that request. Do you have any other questions?
I need medical attention, man. I got a dislocated arm.
We'll address that, sir.
Well, again, you're gonna have to talk to the sheriff's department. I can only address what I spoke about. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. Good luck to you.
Come on, sir. Next. Say that.
Reginald Ford.
All right, Mr. Ford.
Slide down, slide down. No.
All right, Mr. Ford, you were charged with one count
Slide down.
of false imprisonment. That's a felony. The bond is going to be $4,000, and one count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be $2,000. Okay, so your total bond is $6,000. Now, you do have some special conditions of your bond. Do not have any contact with Bianca Johnson. Now, I'm sure you heard what I said before, but if you violate your bond, you could potentially have this bond revoked and catch new charges, and the judge is going to be very unlikely to grant you a bond. Also, do not return back to 1907 Summerwind Drive in Jonesboro. Now, I'm looking at your application here, and it looks like that's where you reside. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm putting in your bond paperwork that you're allowed to go back there and get anything that you need to get there until your case is either resolved or your bond conditions are changed. However, you have to go through the sheriff's department so they can go with you so you can get your stuff, okay? You just can't go there and say, hey, the judge said I could come here. Here's my paper. Give me my stuff. Because I don't want any problems for you, and I don't want any problems from Ms. Johnson. I don't want any problems for your neighbors or anything like that. So you just have to make sure that you do it the legal way. All right. But I'm putting in here that you can go back and get your stuff. Just make sure you do it with the sheriff's department so they can make sure that nobody gets in any more trouble. Now, your next court date is going to be on June the 14th. But if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I'm court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ford, good luck to you, sir.
Next.
All right, what's your name?
Shabral Humphrey.
All right, Mr. Humphrey. You are charged with expired tag, misdemeanor, the bond is 500. Looks like misdemeanor marijuana, the bond is 1,500, and then use of drug related objects, the bond is 1,000. So your total bond is $3,000.
I bought those for a lovely set of balls that I personally know. And they didn't fit in the underwear that are made for the one for your twig and one for your berries. I like how you said that. It was so funny. But then they're really big. So that's just a whole separate ball game.
Okay. I'm sorry?
All right.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Your next court date is on June 13th, but if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. You'll get another one in the mail, okay? You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed, please.
Okay. I will grant that request for you, Mr. Humphrey. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Humphrey.
All right, you too.
Next. Why get up? Don't come. Slide down, sir.
All right. What's your name?
Vaughn Johnson.
Okay. Mr. Johnson. I remember this. Mr. Johnson, I am going to dismiss the charge against you. Okay. I don't see that there's enough evidence here for the case to continue based on what you were originally charged with. Okay. Now, maybe these charges come back, maybe they don't. I don't know. I can't tell you, but just the information that I have I don't believe it meets the legal threshold. Okay?
Okay.
So as long as you don't have anything else that's holding you, just let us process the paperwork and then you'll be good to go. Now, I will say this, obviously something happened because the police got involved. So I would say just, be very cautious in what you do next, because we don't want any more problems for you. We don't want any more problems with anybody that you're dealing with. We don't want any problems from this particular location. Okay. So, let me see here, 1991, so 23 plus 9. Okay. You're in your 30s. Just make sure you act like an adult, be chill. If you find yourself in a situation where you're getting angry or people are bothering you, just leave the situation and make sure that the police don't have to come back out there. Okay.
Sir.
All right. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Vaughn, or I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. Don't come back.
All right. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Good to go back.
All right. What's your name?
Christopher Murdoch.
Okay. Just a second. They gave you me out of order, but that's all right. We don't make this work. All right.
He can't make it work when it's out of order. We just know that.
All right, Mr. Murdoch. I represented a Mr. Murdoch several years ago, but you do not appear to be him. I've never represented you, correct?
No, sir. I'm new to Georgia. I've only been here a few hours.
Okay, I understand. Very good. Well, it looks like you haven't had a great experience, but just let this play out and then you'll be all right. Okay. All right, sir. You're charged with 1 count of burning and influence misdemeanor. The bond is $3,000. 1 misdemeanor count of no proof of license. The bond is $500. And then 1 parking violation. The bond is $500. So your total bond is $4,000. You going to be able to make that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
I can the 10% or whatever to the bondsman.
Yeah, it's typically 10 to 20%. Again, that's not the law. That's just kind of my experience.
Yes, sir.
In this area.
Give somebody a call to bring my money up here.
Elvis, keep your balls clean and oiled up. That's my vote. Clean balls are balls I like to play with.
I got you. Okay. Let's see. Your next court date is going to be on June the 13th, but when you bond out, you won't have to appear for that particular court date. Okay. Just make sure whatever address that you have on file, it looks like you live out of state. Just make sure that somebody has a good address for you. So when you get your notice in the mail. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Let's see here. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or you can be considered for court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed.
Okay, and then it looks like here you did serve in the military, so I'm just going to put that on your application. We have a special program for people who have served in the military before. Now, I don't know what or anything of how that works, but you've heard me ask that question. So I like to mark it so they know. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Murdoch, do you have any questions?
No, sir. It's just 4,000. No, sir.
Yep. Okay. All right, Mr. Murdoch. Well, good luck to you, and just don't come back to Georgia under these circumstances. Okay.
For sure. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. No problem. Have a good one.
Next. Go back.
All right. What's your name?
Mason, James Mason.
All right. Y'all are coming all out of order.
Harvey?
Can I get Moats? Mr. Mason, give me just a second because I got the paperwork in a certain order. Let me get Moats.
We need an order. Alphabetical order.
Mason, right? Yeah. What's your last name?
I know. Y'all probably have them in order, but the way they came to me is a little bit different. I'm sorry. All right, are you Mr. Moats?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Moats, you are charged with one, let me see. All right, this is one felony count of theft by taking. I am going to set a bond at $5,000. You do have a special condition to not return back to the Howard Johnson at 1551 Phoenix Boulevard, okay? Your next court date is going to be on June the 14th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Do what now?
You have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. And have you ever served in the military?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, I am going to grant that request. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you, Mr. Moats.
Next.
Could be Mason?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, Mr. Mason. Just want to get that last gentleman out of the way. All right, Mr. Mason. I've got to reprint your bond paperwork because I've got it messed up a little bit, but I know where I'm going. All right, sir. Looks like you are charged with, I think all of these are misdemeanor offenses. I just need to check the VGCSA charge.
CS one main court on the side.
Well, what did I write on here? Did I write on 613? Yeah, so it looks like they're all misdemeanors. One count of driving on a suspended or revoked license, the bond is $1,500. One count of improper turn, the bond is $500. No tail lights, the bond is $500. Obstruction, the bond is $1,000. Failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, the bond is $500. Another failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, the bond is $500. And then possession of marijuana less than an ounce, the bond is $1,500. So your total bond is 15, that's 2,000, 25, 35, 4, 5, 6. So your total bond is $6,000. Okay. Your next court date is on June the 13th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed.
Okay.
CS one main court on the side. You said 6,000, right?
Correct. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Mason.
Come on, sir.
Yep.
Right. Come on, yeah, you.
Come on, man. Hey, how can I make a call when I get down there? How do you get out? You should.
Say your name.
You're Mr. McLean?
Sir.
All right. All right, sir, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of theft by shoplifting. The bond is going to be $2,000, and then one misdemeanor count of simple battery. The bond is going to be $3,000. So your total bond is $5,000. You are to stay away from Aditya, Charangia, and then the Lucky Food Mart. So just don't go back to that location. All right. I'm sure you don't even know who that person is, but just stay away from her, stay away from that place altogether. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next court date is going to be on June the 13th for a preliminary hearing if you do not bond out. If you do bond out, you don't have to appear for that particular court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Can I have a letter and hold attorney, please?
Okay. I'm assuming that you're familiar with them?
Yes, sir.
I got you. Okay. Have you ever served in the military before?
I have family, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, well, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions?
No, sir, thank you.
All right.
This way. Well. Say your name.
Keon Shinkberg.
All right, give me just a moment, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, give me your name one more time.
Keon Shinkberg.
Okay. Oh, it's you and your brother, right?
And my mother.
Yeah, I dismissed the case against your mom.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know if you guys had heard that, but I mean, I was going to tell you anyway.
No, sir, I didn't. I was inside the cell.
I got you. I got you. Give me just a second. I'm just getting your paperwork together. Count of obstruction. I dismissed it. You basically charged with the same thing your mom was. I dismissed it against her because I don't know if she actually knew what was going on. You're in a little bit of a different situation. I almost dismissed it, but there's barely enough to get over that hump for me. I'm not saying that you're guilty or not guilty, but I just need probable cause. So I set the bond as low as I could at $1,000. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on June the 13th. Okay. But if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that particular court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
You can appoint me an attorney for now, and if I hire one, we can go through the process.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. These things usually work themselves out.
Yes, sir.
But hopefully, let me see. Wait a minute.
They're like one size fits all.
What's the age difference between you and your brother?
2 years.
Who's the older one?
He is.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully, sir, this kind of serves as just like a lesson to you. All right.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir, and don't come back.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Maybe no, make yourself. Yo, hey.
Oh, shit.
Make yourself.
All right. What's your name?
Don Rody, Shinkberg.
Okay. Did you hear what I just told your brother or no?
For the most part, yes, sir.
Okay. I dismissed the case against your mom.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm just doing my job.
If it benefits my mother, I appreciate it.
I hear you. Well, I told her, I said, looks like you had a couple people trying to help you out, and then they kind of dug themselves into a hole, but it happens. I mean, I get it. Family's family. But anyway, you were charged with one misdemeanor count of driving on suspended license. The bond is $1,500. One misdemeanor count of improper lane change, and then one misdemeanor count of hit and run. The bond is $2,000. So your total bond is $4,000. Okay. Your next court date is on June the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. Now, my reading of this, you may have things going on other places. I don't know if that's true or not, but if you have a hold somewhere else, they may come and get you before, they may come get you afterwards. I don't really know. I can't tell you how logistically it'll play out. But your next court date here is going to be on June 13th if you're still in custody. Now, you do have the right to hire your own attorney or have one be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I'll take the court appointed. Your Honor, may I ask you a question?
Yep, give me just a second, okay? Let me go through this and then I'll give you an opportunity to ask questions.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, I'm going to grant that request. Okay, what's your question?
I also had, it was a failure to appear also in Clayton County. That I'm also, did you get to that yet, or was that also?
So the way that works is, again, and I didn't know if it was Clayton County or somewhere else. So if you bond out on these charges, you're still going to stay in custody until you address your failure to appear. Now that could be, what's today, Sunday? That could be tomorrow. It could be Tuesday. I don't know. I'm only in magistrate court. I don't know if it's out of state. I don't know if it's state court or superior court that you had the FTA. But once you address that and you've already paid your bond, then you're good to go. Or you can just wait to address your FTA, and then once that's done, then you can go and bond out. It really just depends on how you want to do it, okay?
Gotcha.
All right. But also I told your brother, hopefully this is a lesson for him and a lesson for your mom. You know, listen, man, you're still really young. Obviously your mother cares for you and your brother cares for you. Don't do this to them. You know what I'm saying? They both got locked up. Don't do that to them. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not the circumstance I was.
You got people willing to go to jail for you. That's crazy. There's a lot of things that I'll do for people, but very few that I'm willing to do that for. You know what I mean? And so, you know, man, hey, act like a grown up, get your stuff together, make your mom proud, give an example to your younger brother, and don't come back. All right?
I got you.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. What's your name?
Lamar Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith. Hold on a second, Mr. Smith. Just because I've been sitting on this one for a while, do we have Corey Shand? Let me get Shand.
Corey
Shand.
Corey Shand?
Yeah.
Shand, yeah. Let me get him because his paperwork's been at the top and I keep having to rearrange it. All right, are you Mr. Shand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Shand, you were charged with one misdemeanor count of simple assault. The bond is $1,001. Misdemeanor simple battery charge, the bond is $3,000. So your total bond is $4,000. You do have special conditions to stay away from Miss Chinyere Isachukwu, okay? And do not return back to 4905 Highway 85, Building 505 in College Park. Now, I understand that you may have some belongings there. That's fine. I put in your bond work that you can go back to that location, but you have to take the sheriff's department with you. They know how to do it, okay? So if you need to get some stuff, if you got paperwork or possessions or whatever at that location, just make sure you do it through the sheriff's department, okay?
Okay.
Your next court date is going to be on June the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I'm not really from Clayton County at all.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Do you have money to pay for an attorney?
I have none because I never came here with any money.
Okay. Well, then I am going to appoint an attorney for you, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. I live in Stone Mountain. Like I used to live in Stone Mountain and I got kicked out because I was adopted. And my mom was really abusive and stuff like that. I was adopted and she kicked me out because I wanted to go to school. And I was homeless for like a year on the streets.
So what's your question?
Sir. I never did anything wrong with what I'm trying to say.
There's not a place for it.
Yeah, that's not a question. I can't address that for you, okay?
So
but you can speak to an attorney about that, okay?
Okay, so how long am I gonna wait for attorney?
I'm sorry?
How long am I gonna wait for attorney, sir?
That I can't tell you, but usually they'll reach out to you and let you know who they are, okay?
All right. How do I do this with no phone? Because really, I'm homeless. How do I go from homeless to being charged with something I don't?
I can't. Like, you need to speak to an attorney about that. I can't represent you. I can just address what's in front of me, okay?
I understand, sir.
All right, come on.
All right. Good luck to you.
You too.
All right, what's your name?
Lamar Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, now we're back on track. All right, so you are charged with 1 count of simple battery, misdemeanor, the bond is 3,000. 1 count of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, the bond is 1,000. 1 count of criminal trespass, misdemeanor, the bond is 1,000. And 1 misdemeanor, make sure that the misdemeanor count. Yep, 1 misdemeanor count of theft by taking the bond is 2,000. Total bond is $7,000, okay? Now, you do have special condition to not have any contact with Ashley Yarbrough, so don't have any contact with her until your case is either resolved or your bond conditions are changed. Also, this looks like where you stay. I can't let you go back to the 330 Arrowhead 46A address, but I'm putting in your bond paperwork that you can get your belongings, paperwork, possessions, whatever you want to get. You can go back and get it, but you just have to go through the sheriff's department to get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that's inconvenient, and
because that's my house. That's my house. So I put.
Yeah. Listen, I also when I came into this position, I also had those questions, and unfortunately, the law is very, very unfriendly, or it's very difficult. Let me put it that way. It's not unfriendly. It's very difficult, right? For someone in your position.
And I'm not from here, so I don't even know that shit like that I can't even put.
Hold on. Listen, remember what I said. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but like this is being recorded and it's being live streamed. So I don't want you to say anything that's going to affect your possible strategy moving forward. So I'm just saying this. I know that it sucks. I understand that. I get it. But I have to do my job just like you have a job to do. And sometimes people don't like it. Okay. But, hey man, I'm doing everything that I can for you, right? I'm doing everything that I can possibly do for you. I'm not telling you this to get you riled up and make it more frustrating, but look, I have to follow the law. That's what I took an oath to do. So I say all that to say this. I'm giving you an opportunity to go back and get anything that you need. Now,
so I got to clear the whole house out because I need.
No. Look, hear me out. Anything that you need from there, you can get it. But listen, what I would suggest to you is getting in touch with the, whether you want to, and we'll get here in a second, but you need to get with the attorney, whether it's the hired one or the one that's appointed, and get them to file a motion on your behalf. And they know how to do this, whether it's court appointed or privately retained. They know how to file motions to change the bond conditions. Okay. And then they'll get it in front of another judge and they'll say, Mr. Smith lives here. He's a primary owner. This person doesn't, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then that judge will be able to consider it, but I can't. I just can't. Okay. So as much as I would like to help people not you, but just people in your position, I can't do it. Okay. I got a job to do. Now, your next court date is going to be on June the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that particular court date. Now, as it relates to an attorney, do you have the right to hire your own or be considered for a court appointed attorney? What would you like to do? Okay.
And you said my bond was what again?
The total is 7,000. So somewhere between 10 and 20%. So 700 to 1,400 is about what a bonding company will charge. Okay. Now I'm not saying that, I'm not setting that in stone. I'm just giving you an example. I am going to grant your request for a court appointed attorney. Other than being displeased with this, and I get it, do you have any questions? And I try to give the information as friendly as I possibly can. And I understand your frustration, but unfortunately, the law judges don't have as much power as people think they do. I just have to do what I got to do, man, and keep the cases moving. All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What's your name?
Sergio Stearns.
All right.
You are there. You need to make one call. Open up CS1, try the second one. And you say, I'm my own house.
All right, sir. You are charged with one felony count of burglary. Let me see here. I am gonna set a bond at 10,000. One misdemeanor count of peeping Tom, I'm setting a bond at 1,000. Simple assault misdemeanor, the bond is 3,000. Criminal trespass misdemeanor, the bond is 1,000. And then possession of a weapon during commission of a crime, the bond is 2,000. So the total bond is 5, 6, 7 plus 10 is 17,000. Okay. Now you do have some special conditions of your bond. Do not have any contact with Miss Gabriela Perez, and do not return back to the 825 Bryan Lane address in Forest Park. And it looks like on your application that shouldn't be a problem. You don't stay there. Your next court date is going to be on June the 14th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Can you appoint one for me, Judge, please?
Sure. I will grant that request for you. Sir, do you have any question about your case?
No, sir. Can you just repeat that bond total?
Sure. On the burglary, it's 10,000. The peeping Tom, it's 1. Simple assault is 3. Criminal trespass is 1. And then the weapons charge is 2. So it's a total of 17,000. Okay. Now, in your situation, I don't know if you heard me say it, but just make sure you do not violate your bond of going back to that address and having any contact with Ms. Perez. That means Instagram, Kik, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, smoke signal, carrier pigeon. Don't have your uncle's friend say, hey, you know, Sergio said blah, blah, blah. Don't do it, because what will happen is she's gonna call the police. She's gonna do it. And then you're gonna get arrested, and then you're gonna pick up more charges, and then potentially you're losing your bond on this one. So just make sure you keep that super, like she don't exist in your world, okay?
10-4, George.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Don't come back. All right, what's your name?
Juwan Spratt.
All right, Mr. Spratt. All right, sir, you are charged with one count of violation, Georgia Controlled Substances Act, warrant ending 834. The bond is 3,000. Same charge, warrant ending in 835. The bond is 3,000. Same charge, warrant ending in 836. The bond is 3,000. Possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, bond is 5,000. Seatbelt violation, the bond is 500. Failure to have headlights, the bond is misdemeanor, the bond is 1,000. And then no tail lights, misdemeanor, the bond is 500. So your total bond is 369 plus 5 is 14, 15, 16. Total bond is $16,000. Okay. Your next court date is on June the 14th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that particular court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Could you appoint me an attorney?
Pierogies.
Okay. I will do that. Have any questions about your case?
No, sir. You said the total bond was 16,000?
Yes, sir. That is right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
All right.
All right. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. I have to step off.
I know that. I know that. Is it?
Okay, my friends. Yes, these are pierogies. They look delicious. Yeah. It's pierogies. I know you can't tell what it is, or you couldn't before. But anyways, listen, we have gone almost 4 hours. It's time for me to work on a few other things. I really enjoyed spending this evening with you guys. Please make sure you join the Discord, pop by my office and say hello. And listen, I can. Oh, it's my computer. The fan is like, oh, dying. Um, and I hope that you all have a wonderful night. Okay. Remember, I love you the most, and I'm proud of you guys. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Plus, I want to eat these, like, stuff my face with these pierogies without any worry. Yes, Larry, I will give you some. No, they're not made out of wood. They're pierogies.